some fun until we convinced everyone that we were meant to be, and then we could pretend to come apart. I take you down another peg. You'd laugh and pull the other leg. I could never let you down. I could never let you down. I could take you in my arms. It wouldn't do us any harm to play the part of the romantics for a while. I could sweep you off your feet, making promises I can't keep, telling our friends that you will always have a place inside my heart. We'll exude social grace and tact, with fingers crossed behind our backs. I will never let you down. I will never let you down. I will never let you down till we pretend to break each other's hearts. It's not love, it's so bloodless, posing and pretending with you. You are scared, mealess, not real. It's tiresome to tell you the truth. I'll spoil your fairy tales for kicks. You'll spin me round until I'm sick, telling tall tales about misanthropy and filth. I will never let you down. I will never let you down. I will never let you down till we pretend to tear ourselves apart.
Good morning, folks. Good morning to the stream. Good morning to the stream. What am I talking about? Good morning to you, all you fine folks who actually got here. We got a late start. Some of you know I had a little computer issue happen. Computer couldn't find something. The fuck is with the computer? Can't find something. Telling me all about it. I was like, do I need it? Apparently. Let me know every 5 seconds. I can't find it, Davis. I can't find it. Can't find this thing that I need. The fuck do you need? What is it, your car keys? No, it's frantically telling me, beeping and bopping. Davis, I can't find it. What do you want me to do about it? I don't know what the fuck this thing is. What is this? I've never even seen this thing before. He's telling me that he can't find it. All right, what do I have to do about it? Oh, I have to go to Google and I have to look for it for you? All right. You've done so much for me, computer, in the past and currently, to tell you the truth. You're my best friend, computer. So I will do my due diligence and I will find this thing for you. So I go on Google and I'm like, all right, can anybody else know what my computer is talking about? Saying it can't find this thing. Oh yeah, my computer couldn't find that thing either, Davis. And this is what I did. I did a system check. I have to check my computer system. Is that what you're telling me, person on the other end of the internet, far, far away, who's not talking in real time? Why, yes, that's what I had to do. So I do the command prompt thing. This is all fucking boring technical stuff, but yeah, the command prompt thing, and then I do a system check, and turns out the computer just they found it. So, oh, it's over here. No, no, it actually had to repair or something, repair some corrupted files. So I don't know. Maybe a few files in there were corrupted for some reason. I don't know what's going on with you, computer. Are you all right? Nah, it'll tell me later. Anyway, I always get a little nervous when the computer can't find something, or when I find out something is corrupted. How do things get corrupted? I try not to put you through your paces, computer. I guess that just happens. Anyway, Blood Toker coming in first. She gets a nice gold star. Here you go. And Nukamal, well, you get a silver star for being a good boy. And Viable Ninja coming in third with a bronze star. Well, it's not as pretty as the gold star and the silver star, but you earned it. Kiddo, you've definitely earned it. Figs, I see you there. He's lamenting the fact that he missed the top three. Well, one day you'll get a star. One day you will. Truck Nuts, welcome to the stream. Bible Ninja talking about the yesterday's Get a Kujin on fiasco. Pretty hilarious. Koloski, welcome to the stream. I don't know, maybe. Welcome to you. Says, hey Davis, what is happening? Well, nothing much. I had this whole thing planned out too that I was going to briefly do before the stream. I had to transcribe a video that I wanted to make a little joke about. It's some moot point at this juncture, I guess. But I don't know. We'll move on. Trying to read the chat real quick. Nico, good morning to you. And Halo Gear Creed, welcome to you as well. Grifter, hello? Don't give this guy any money, this guy Grifter. He's no good. He's going to try to sell you things. Tell you you need aluminum siding on your house. He doesn't know anything about it. He's a low-down dirty dog. As far as I'm concerned, how you doing, by the way, Scraddles? I try to sleep. Oh my gosh. We know what your issue is, isn't it? We know why you were up all night. Fucking crazy dog. Thunderstorms, guys. Thunderstorms again. I don't have to tell you what happens when the thunderstorms roll in. Scraddles goes a little crazy. It wasn't that bad though. She didn't keep me up all night. So that's good. That bug behind you, welcome to the stream. Says, Sea Night Beast, what you needed was an autistic Indian man to speak his highly scripted jargon, because he can't speak English, only for you to not have one of the 5 problems on his script. And then get sent to a supervisor who does the same exact thing, only to be sent to an American who tells you what to do in a few seconds after 5 hours. Those Indians are so darn efficient. Yeah, I just Googled it. Much easier. Ah, we should probably just get into the art of it all. Let me introduce you to our ass of the week today, and you'll tell me if I'm being a dirty dog or not. Anybody recognize her at all? Hmm. Is Davis being a bit shady with his asses of the week? I've never seen this ass before. It's a completely new ass as far as I'm concerned. Wait, hold on. Is it Blood Toker? Nico says, I'm trying to get back into drawing after years of not doing anything. Any advice? How to improve? Um, there's a really good book on drawing, and it's a classic in the field. It's called Lessons in Classical Drawing. And who's it from? I have it on my shelf, actually. Juliet Aristides. Essential Techniques from Inside the Atelier. But yeah, it's really good as far as drawing goes. Any suggestions from my point of view? It depends on what you want to do. Now, if you want to do like line art, what you want to do is blind contour. Are you using a tablet? Because it's yeah, blind contour is a good technique for training your eye to work with your hand, especially if you want those nice, clean, crisp lines that people tend to do. As far as just drawing for fun, um, draw from life. Draw what's in front of you. That's my advice for everything. Even if you're more of a if you just want to do abstract and just play around, just have fun. Drawing from life will increase your visual vocabulary. So you can start adding in all these things, adding in all the things you see around you. Look at a leaf, for example, not a Canadian leaf, not someone involved in an online relationship. No, like an actual leaf off a tree. Yeah, look inside that. Lots of things in there. Nature, very important. I like architecture myself. I find a lot of complexity in that. And a lot of things that you can plug in into your daily doodles. All depends on what you want to get out of it. He says old school pencil and paper. Yeah. Yep. Draw from life. Take a good hard look at everything around you and how light is affecting things. People have it's like your mind has a different idea of what light is. Here's another thing. Work soft. Some people go in hard when they have a pencil and they're putting it to paper. Nah, just keep it soft and then build up after that. No need to make any commitments. Just keep it light, light on the pencil, on that lead on paper. Fireball Ninja says Merc admitted he isn't married. I thought he was married. Oh well, I don't follow all that shit too closely. That bug behind you says everyone needs to draw from life. It improves anything you do. But I draw anime. Doesn't matter. Most of the best anime artists and cartoonists have portfolios of extremely realistic humans. Absolutely. He speaks the truth, folks. Truckdot says visual vocabulary. Fuck you, Davis. Hoity-toity bullshit. What do you think this is? An art stream? That's a good point. Sparky's Tech Corner. Welcome to you. He says, sounds like I'm listening to Bob Ross. Well, I'll get into Happy Little Trees in a second. The only sad thing about working digitally is that I don't have to beat the devil out of a brush every now and again. That was my favorite thing that Bob Ross would do, is clean his brush and just beat the devil out of it. Every show would have a few exorcisms. It's pretty good. Now, Bob Ross, one of my favorite things that he did as well as beating the devil out of things, was his palette knife, how he would use it to make mountains. Thought that was a cool trick. I adopted that just to work on abstract stuff. I think that shit is cool. And there was a guy who would come on after Bob Ross. I can't remember what his name was, but he was like a German fella. You could barely understand the guy. But that guy, he would use a fucking palette knife for everything. I remember one episode in particular that he did a floral, picture of flowers, and he used a palette knife. And I mean, that shit you'd want to be soft with. You'd want to break out the brushes with that. No, this fucking hard nosed son of a bitch used a palette knife for it. Like, you're fucking crazy, man. Fucking crazy. Anyway, Nico said, I was trying to draw Tonka or Tonya. I think he meant Tonka earlier. Realized how out of practice I am. His face kept coming out uneven. Um, yeah, you I guess work with your under drawings. Try to get those guidelines right to begin with. Start soft. Start soft. Other thing is, before you commit yourself into actually putting any shading or anything like that, once you have that under drawing done, turn the picture over upside down because you get blindness pretty quickly. And once you turn it upside down, you start to see all those things that you can take care of. Grifter says, "Yes, draw from life. Take a good hard look around you and really notice how you can possibly squeeze money out of it." There you go. A little advice from Grifter. Oh yes, classic. That bug behind you says, and remember, there are no mistakes, only happy little accidents. Except when you fuck up the face, rip that shit, and start over, fucko. Exactly. Adrian Blom says, Davis, your stream is not showing up in my subscriptions. I'm getting fucked by the algorithm. No, I had a late start, so that's probably what happened. It's all my fault. Crucial Bunny says, but don't beat your brush like that inside or your wife will kill you. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that was, yeah, you can't do that shit inside your house. That's crazy. In fact, I've never cleaned a brush like that in my life. That's fucking wild that he would do that. I mean, be nice to your brushes, dear God. You can keep a brush for your lifetime, really. If you paint with oils, you can take care of your brushes, and if they're good sable-haired, brushes from a beast, not a reason in the world why you can't keep that around for a long period of time. Now, if you're working with acrylic, say goodbye within a few weeks. My advice with acrylics: don't buy expensive brushes. Buy synthetic brushes. No point in wasting your money on shit. Acrylic eats brushes. Hey man, nice shot. Good morning to you. Bill Alexander. Good job. Yeah, that's it. That is exactly who it is. Thanks, Trucknut. You knew what I was talking about, huh? Bible Ninja says, like the stream, or you like Hillary Clinton's leaky minge box. The choices in life we make. So true. Adrian Blum says, Davis, it's showing on TV, not phone. Oh, all right. I don't know. Yeah. Bob Ross was great though, says that bug behind you. I like how he had a seemingly endless supply of wild animals at hand. Ah, it's true. Love to take care of animals. Actually, my brother, this weekend, he found a damaged bird. Well, a young bird, and it's hasn't taken flight yet. The dogs were going to kill it. So my brother rescued it, and now it's in the bathroom. Oh well. I've told you my story about my brother rescuing a duck. Maybe I haven't. Maybe you haven't heard of it. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to recount that whole thing over again. Pulaski says, I've never had a problem with acrylic brushes. Really? Acrylic and brushes? How much do you paint? Like, if you're painting like 10 hours a day with these brushes, yeah, you're going to kill them. Yeah, if you're painting 8 to 10 hours a day, every day, yeah, it's not going to last a week. That Bug Bonnie says, Night Beast, but you see, you missed the point. Have fun. Be the god of your own domain. He didn't beat the shit out of those brushes because that's just how he did it. He did it because it was fun. Very good point. This is true. We all have our little our rituals that we do, don't we? In everything that we work on. And if you can develop a ritual that's as cool as beating the devil out of your brush, well, you're doing something right. That Bug Bunny says, I love that none of them were pet animals. He was just singing the colors of the wind in his Pocahontas cosplay as he grabbed animals out of the air and shoved them into his house. Yeah, it seemed like they were perfectly fine with it, too. Little fucking squirrel in his pocket. Yeah, I remember a squirrel and there was a bird at some point. I don't know. Fucking guy was pretty cool. You know what? There was a New York Times article, I think, in my feed. Something about them finding where the Bob Ross paintings went. I meant to click on it. I'll have to look it up later. We'll find out. Kolowski says I tend to thin paint, so that helps the brushes. Oh well, there you go. Yeah, yeah, that'll help. It's more water than paint, then yeah, you're doing all right. That bug behind you said he had this fucking blue jay that just chilled on his hand. Blue jays are assholes, and he was just like, nah, he's a scamp, but he's okay. Blue jays are assholes. It's true. Cardinals are sons of bitches as well. Big bullies in the bird world, as I've noticed. I was looking at these shorts earlier. I don't think I have them exactly right. We'll just do some mild correction here as we start our little art stream off. I suppose I could liquefy this whole thing and make it easier, I guess, but I don't know. Mm, yeah, I'll end up having to fuck around with it even more. It's fine. He had 2 deer that he kept like horses too. I didn't know about the deer. What the fuck is up with that guy? What do we had? 100%? Yeah, that's probably fine. Crucial Bunny says all avians are dicks. Yeah, it's probably true. They have to be though, don't they? Getting some vape action in. You got dogs barking in the background. Oops. Most importantly, says that bug behind you, he had a fucking cougar and a panther. You kidding me? That's fucking crazy town. Yeah, the shorts should fall around over here. And over here as well. That's my only issue. It's fine though. Kulaski says I use proper acrylic thinner instead of water. Water can cause discolorization. Interesting. I don't know. Color's gonna always be a problem dealing with acrylic for whatever reason. Gotta make that switch over to oil if you want to get the true vibrancy. It has to be said. but I certainly enjoyed my time with oils. I mean acrylics. How much does Photoshop paint tubes cost? I'll tell you what, I don't miss that. I don't know. There's certain things I do miss about, physical, the physical medium. Yeah, specifically like in New York, there was a great art store in the Lower East Side of Manhattan, and that's where you could get all the fucking esoteric shit, like black oil. So of course I had to stop using. Black oil is basically a marauder. It was a medium that you would add to your paint, and it would give the oil the consistency of like melted butter. So you could just roll your colors across the canvas. It was just a fantastic thing. The problem with it is it's linseed oil that's boiled with lead. So it's highly toxic stuff. Not more toxic than I want to blow it out of proportion, but yeah, it's pretty toxic stuff. That's something that the old masters used to use a lot, black oil. But there was a company that created a synthetic version of it that would more or less do the same thing. I think I have some in front of me somewhere on the shelf. It was called Neomeglip. Neomeglip. Fucking name, right? Neomeglip. That bug bounty says, I beat the devil out of my stylus between different coats of paint. For some reason, it just makes everything come out without any pin pressure. It's the darndest thing. It's wild. Good morning to you, Clint Eastwood. Adrian Blom says, I'm poor, but I have 2 5K watches I got from my father. Oh, yeah? Well, you've made a claim on the internet, sir. It's time for me to dox your mother. I'll get to the bottom of these 5K watches. Oh, now you're up?
Yeah. Can I have my dog food now?
Yes, you can. Give me a second. Yeah, she came jumping out of bed, looked at her dog bowl, and then looked at me like I'm an asshole. Oh, you missed the opening of the show, Scrattles.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh, you don't want to say hello to everybody?
Hello, everybody. It's me, Hungry Scrattles.
All right, Hungry Scrattles. Oh, okay, you're gonna jump on the old lap. Gonna lick my nose.
Yeah. It's a pretty good nose, James.
All right. Got any apologies you want to do?
I have written an apology, and I'd like to read it.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry to my best friend Davis for laying on his head while he was sleeping because I was scared of the thunder. It's my bad.
Oh, well, thank you, Scrattles.
Yep.
That didn't sound at all like the gay apologies that I've seen recently. All right, let me get you your food. Give me 1 second, guys. I happen to have a Bella dinner right here in front of me that I can give to you, Scrattles.
All right then. Fuck yeah.
Okay. All right. Oops. I elbowed the dog right in the face. Little Bella dinner ASMR for you guys. If you guys are in for that. Kowalski says, gonna have to provide proof of the watches, the cost, the transfer of ownership, the fact that he is indeed your father. This is true.
Come on.
I gotta cut it up for you, otherwise you'll take the whole damn thing and you'll put it under my pillow or something, like a sicko.
Sometimes you just want to save it for later.
All right. This looks pretty good, huh?
It looks fair to middling.
Hasn't changed much, has it?
I like it when you put broccoli inside of it.
Yeah, we'll do that later tonight. For your second dinner, we'll get you some broccoli up in this bitch. All right. We're good. Here you go, Scrattles.
Thank you, Davis. Well, that smells delicious.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure it's illegal to elbow dogs in the face, hoss. It's just an accident. Come on now. You don't have to bury me for it. Altcentra says, I heard there was an outbreak of mad cow disease over the weekend. Mad cows. Everywhere. What do we got in the DMs here? Ooh. Ooh, that's a good one. Wow, that's a twofer. Yeah, that's a great one, Nukamal. Thank you. That'll be one we put up for next week. Man, that's a good one. Good job. Good pull. Very good pull. I won't put it on the screen. I'll save it for next week, guys. But yeah, it's a good one. That bug bounty says the Scrattles is a monster contained from destroying the entire world with Bella dinners.
You're not wrong.
Oh my God, Scrattles, what are you doing?
I don't want to eat it all.
She is taking, she's doing this thing again where she's taking a sock and she's trying to put it over the bowl of dog food.
It's not a big deal.
Okay, whatever. I've never gone after your dog food. You know that, right? Whatever. All right. Oh no. You're thinking that I'm abusing you, Scrattles. You're gonna call the SPCA.
It's not a big deal, guys. He's my best friend. I don't want to go to a halfway home.
Oh wow. Got pictures of all of Bob Ross's various animals. This is the squirrel. His deer. That's that squirrel I was talking about. For some reason he's got an owl there. Fucking kept an owl. Aww. That's like me and Scrattles. This is not like Scrattles and me at all. Look at this fucking owl, guys. He's like, what are you doing? You don't fucking poke me, pal. He's got a fucking raccoon. Which, I don't know if you want to be touching those things. Here he is with the little blue jay, as was mentioned before. The baby deer pic is the baby of the big deer. Oh, okay. Pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff. Nuka says, "Welcome. You're welcome, Davis. Always keeping an eye out for some great asses. Absolutely. If you have any more great asses out there, guys, feel free to DM me. Always looking for the best asses on the internet." This fucking deer is adorable. Kind of looks like Scrattles. Except Scrattles is a little crazy looking.
Not crazy.
Got crazy hair.
Yeah, whatever. You got crazy hair, too.
It's true.
I want to jump on the lap.
No. I got the tablet out.
Come on, Davis. I'm the co-host of the show. That means I sit on your lap. That's how it works, right?
Well, I don't think so. That's a good point. That bug behind you says Scrattles is like a squirrel hiding nuts. Did you know squirrels are so manic and ADD ridden that they don't know where 90% of the nuts they hide are? So they hide even more nuts? It's a vicious cycle in the life of a squirrel. What is it, Scrattles?
I want to go up there and be with you and talk to your friends.
All right, you can come up here for a second, but then you have to go down. So anyway, how are you?
I want to read the chat.
Okay, read the chat.
Gabriel Sunny, welcome to the stream. She says, cute deer. She also says, squirrels have some kind of dementia then. I don't like squirrels. I don't hate them though. It's not a big deal. Squirrels are squirrels. I don't know why all the other dogs go fucking crazy about squirrels.
Yeah, they certainly do. They pitch quite a bitch fit over the squirrels, don't they?
Yeah, Penny is terrible about squirrels.
That's true. Gabriel Sunny says she likes squirrels.
Yeah, well, I could take or leave them. It's not a big deal.
Trucknut says, "Good morning, Scrattleberries."
Well, good morning to you, Trucknut Berries.
That bug behind you says squirrels are the reason for 40% of all trees that grow from nuts because they'll hide a shit ton on the ground and just forget about them.
Oh, okay, so squirrels do magic things.
Yes, that's right. It's part of the circle of life. You know that song?
It's the circle of life.
Okay. Wow. That's how the song goes.
I don't know how the rest of it goes.
Perfectly fine. Let's not do that again. I think you ruptured an ear in a eardrum of mine.
You're lying.
Yeah, it's probably true. Adrian Blom says, Scrattles is as big as a squirrel.
I'm bigger than a squirrel, fucknuts.
Oh, that's Adrian Blom.
I know, and he's a fucknut.
Okay, calm down. It's perfectly fine. Now I'm gonna have to. You're gonna have to go down.
I want to stay here.
Okay, we'll see how long this lasts. But it's very hard to work when you're up here. I just want you to know that I'm making a sacrifice for you.
You're making a sacrifice? Another one?
No. We don't talk about that.
He does weird things in the basement, guys. Weird stuff.
I work on model planes.
Is that what you call it? Is that what you call it when you're making those women scream?
Calm down. It's fine. They're screaming with joy because they love playing Jenga, Scrattles.
Yeah, whatever. You're a psychosexual sadist.
Where do you even get those words? That's incredible, Scrattles. You're not gonna get to watch that channel where the women kill all the men. What's that called? Snapped?
I don't know. I just heard it on television, and that's what I think you are. A psychosexual, terrible guy.
Okay. The psychosexual terrible guy. That Bug Banyu says, in other words, the circle of life for trees is much like humans.
I guess, I don't know. I don't know too much about nature. I don't spend a lot of time outside because it's grody.
This is true. It is grody, and I'm always fearful that you'll get underneath the fence or something. You're so small, it's hard to keep track of you.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's the circle of life.
All right.
I like singing songs, Davis.
Well, I know you do. We're gonna have to record a few songs, put them out there. I'm sure people would love to hear them.
You think so?
Probably not.
Oh, what an asshole. You see how he treats me, folks? Treats me just like, well, at least he doesn't treat me like those girls in the dungeon.
This is true. I missed the joke. I did. The circle of life for a great deal of trees begins with a spastic ADT squirrel randomly hiding a nut for little to no reason, only to have forgot about it because it's so fucked in the head. In other words, the circle of life for trees is much like humans. Yeah, I guess so. You're right, I did miss the punchline there. Adrian Blom says, Davis Scrattles can play with dogs? Yeah. Tell everybody about the last time you played with dogs.
Pogo used me as a chew toy. It was not cool.
Yeah. We have a German Shepherd. He's a nice dog, but whenever Scrattles comes around, he he wants to pick her up like a chew toy and give her the bad times.
He's a jerk. Just say it. He's a real asshole.
Yeah, you can't keep you around that guy. But everybody else is relatively nice with you.
Yeah, I like Penny. Fucking Mason is an asshole who steals my bones.
Yeah, but at least he's not trying to kill you.
I guess that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
Oof. You got dog food breath.
it's true.
All right, I'm gonna put you down.
Okay. I'll see you later, folks. He's gonna try to kill me.
Okay, that's ridiculous. All right, let me try to get back to work. To plug in my tablet. All right. You can still talk while you're down there.
It's not the same thing.
No, I spent a lot of money making that custom headset for you. Now, do not put the socks on the food. Weird dog.
It's not a big deal.
So Scrattles went squeak. She didn't look like she knew what the hell was going on.
I didn't know what was going on. It was very weird. That's the last thing I remember is being in a dog's mouth and being shaken like a Polaroid picture, if you will.
Okay. I think this is more or less correct. For a dog, its bone is several deals more important than life itself. For her to accept bone stealing as a lesser option to being killed shows she's given up.
I like my bones. It's not a big deal.
Uh-huh. Maybe I'll find a dog psychologist and we'll get to the root of the matter. What is it? What is it, Scrattles? Oh. No, it's fine. No, you can't come back up.
I want to be back up there with you. I love you, Dennis.
Oh my god. Shouldn't you be sleeping right now? This is what you normally do. Why are you so hyperactive right now?
Because I love you. And I love everybody in the chat.
Oh, there you go.
Like and subscribe, folks.
Okay. Fair enough. Who was that? Bob Ross's son? Took over the show for a little bit. Yeah, these 80s hairstyles. Killing Joke is in the chat. He says, Scrattles, you rat dog!
Whoa. He's still a little salty because we beat him in the morning wars.
Oh. Now, Scrattles.
It's not my fault his dog can't talk. Ah!
All right. No, welcome to the stream. Killing Joke. Adrian Blom still not giving up the ghost about that link. I'm telling you, it was my fault. I usually start off the show. I usually have that that link pretty early in there. I usually put it up the night before, but I didn't want to give the ass away. Didn't want anybody to know what the ass of the week was. And then I Had all sorts of computer issues this morning. And then, of course, you know what I had to do after that. I was like, oh, fuck, I'm having computer issues. Time to go to GoFundMe. Take care of this shit right now. Satellite, good morning to you. All right. We're more or less fine with these shorts. Let's move on to the sweater. Figure out what's going on here. Well, it would help if I was on the right layer. Let's get rid of that before it comes back to bite us in the ass later. That's what tends to happen. Zoom in here so we can pull some of the colors. Don't have to worry about that too much. So we'll build up some colors here and there, some shading. William Stenchever says, you still drawing barely legal girls? The fact that you think you get the impression that she's barely legal is more telling about you than it is of me. But yeah, sure. I think she's more or less in her early 20s. You being a 56-year-old man. I think anything is barely legal for you. William says, guess all the incels like it. Hashtag Tonka fangirls. Got him. Obviously, it doesn't matter if anybody likes it. It just has to be done, William. You understand what we're doing here, don't you? I'm gonna speak to you like like you're coming to me in good faith. When I know, in all actuality, you're doing a little bit of strolling around. But yeah, this is a project, a huge undertaking. Something that we do on the Morning Beast is we work on projects. At least sometimes we do. It's probably a little different than any other stream out there. Incel fag cooks unite. It's true. William Stenchever says, "Can I get a link, Night Beast? A link to what?" What do you need a link for? Are you drunk again, William? You're not making any sense. A link to the Discord? Well, the Discord link is in the description. Thought you were already in the Discord, though. I apologize. I shouldn't have even asked you if you were drunk. If you're awake, you're probably drinking, aren't you? Nukamal says, "Gotta run. Have a good stream, Davis." Yeah, take care, Nukamal. Thanks for the ass. The asses, I should say. Viable Ninja says, "Just say the word, Davis. We can go full autismo anytime you like." Perfectly fine. William says, "Yes, drunk." All right. What link do you want, though? That was my other question. Hey man, Nice Shot says, "Incel fag cucks should all get together at self-esteem meetup. It would be a hoot. Would be great." They can trade their I was going to say they could trade their life secrets, but they'd most likely be trading Pokemon cards. Viable Ninja says, "Willie was a little annoyed that I told him I would consider going on his show. I think I upset him. E-celebs are so pushy." Oh yeah, didn't you have like a show or something? Didn't you have like a stream? The Shy Willie stream? How'd that go? Any memorable things happen on the old Shy Willie stream? I meant to catch up on some of the autism streams this weekend, but dear God, if I just couldn't make myself commit to that. God, why would you put yourself through any of that? Clint Eastwood says, "William, who's an incel? When was the last time you were laid?" Sparky's Tech Corner says, "I'm tired of autism." You've had enough of it? Well, you've certainly been through enough of it for sure. I was for whatever reason I was going back through one of the old streams, and what was funny was SMG was on the VC, and he had some comment to something like why do you let all these people on your stream? All they do is talk their spurgy autism shit. Just you know, You know how SMG is. No, but what's funny about it, and the only reason I mention it is the last time, one of the last times SMG came over here was to tell me how much that he misses the old autism streams when I would just let everybody on to the VC. So I don't know what the fuck that guy is on about. At the time it was happening, he didn't want it to happen, and now that it's not happening anymore, he doesn't want anything to do with the stream. It's pretty interesting. Why'd you let this black kettle on? Pot. Yeah, exactly. Satellite says, I find it pathetic when people run around calling others incels without context to prove that is the case. It feels like projection. And of course, Viable Ninja says, that's what an incel would type. That's exactly true, isn't it? This guy's a dirty incel. Get him. Get him, guys. Shy Willie says, I want a Kumite with Viable Ninja. What do you mean? You want like a blood sports thing? You want to go head to head? It must be said, you're not very good at it, William. I mean, I appreciate your honesty. But when people get on the line and call you a drunk, worthless asshole, and your response is, "Yeah, I am a drunk, worthless asshole," it's I don't know. It's an interesting technique. I mean, I appreciate it. Trucknut says, I find this whole conversation baffling. Yeah, it's a bit baffling for sure. Jacob Gulf City Nava, welcome to the stream. Bible Ninja says, William, stop trying to chase me off the internet. Leave me alone. You're stalking me. Probably a little harassment in there as well. Jason Frey, welcome to the stream. He says, we need to get Metacar on. Imagine the fun. No, that would never happen. Because he's too much of a boomer to use Discord, and I'm too much of a boomer to set up a Google Hangout. So that's the impasse that we would find ourselves in. William says, when is honesty a bad thing? No, as far as I'm concerned, it's not. It just doesn't make good IBS. When someone says, "Hey, you're a piece of shit," And you say, yeah, I am a piece of shit. I know. Probably have a good point. It's probably fine. Bible Ninja says, William, I'm far too busy doxing people, pretending to be 21 trolls and running different morning art streams, as well as participating in the chat. Here to kumite you, pal. Oh, is that the lore? You are one of the multiple people? Many people are multiple people, I've noticed. Toxics, welcome to the stream. Trucknut says, how would we be able to tell Jim and Davis apart? Davis would have he would have to have Scraddle speak for him the whole time. Of course, I could always do the Trucknuts voice the whole time as well. Well, how you doing, Jim? How's it going? Well, I guess I'm fine. What do you have here, a morning art stream? Yeah, I do a little bit of art. It's not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
That's about the point where he would dip out and say, this guy's fucking insane. When boomers collide, yeah. Pretty much. That bug behind you says, if you called me a piece of shit, I would call you a poop-nosed bandit. Because I'm an entertainer at heart. It's pretty good. Poop-nosed bandit. Sparky's Tech Corner says, I changed in 2 days from talking to Tonka. Yep. You changed, man. You changed. Too many autistics out there who don't understand that comedy is key, and being insulted online isn't actually a hit to your system, says that bug behind you. Yeah. It's true. A lot of these people don't understand comedy at all. It must be said. Seem to go after the same jokes over and over again. Yeah, I've noticed that. With yeah, it happened quite a bit with the animes. What they would do is they would find one joke, or to be fair, they had multiple jokes that they would use over and over again. And if you were annoyed by it, they were like, haha, it's getting to you. Well, yeah, of course it's getting to me. It's almost like the, I'd said at the time, it's a bit like the I'm not touching you gimmick. You remember being a kid and someone would do that? You and your sibling would do that in the car ride. I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. I don't know. Seems like some of these guys on the internet just never got over that. Bible Ninja says, Sparky, we brainwashed you. We took a kidney and we put a chip in your brain. You are remote controlled by the Kumite now. The beep is how you know it's true. Good point. Hey man, nice shot says, same joke over and over, you say. Viva la raza. Yep. And that shit would drive me fucking crazy. I'm like, all right, we get it. Now I understand, like being self-referential and going back to the same well, but there's a certain craft to that. You want to place that shit sparingly. If you want to be if you want to use memes and shit like that. Some people do not get it. Alex is one of the worst offenders about that shit. There was a show that I was watching, maybe this was a couple weeks ago, where Alex used the piss on her tits Australian voice. Like he said that like 3 or 4 times within 10 minutes. I was like, really? Come the fuck on. But, you know, what can I say? That's Alex. Another good point from that bug behind you says, that being said, give people time to respond to your nonsense. Yelling at someone and interrupting them nonstop isn't funny. It's annoying and only helps your own bravado. You know who you are. I think we all know who you're talking about. And it is a point well made. Bible Ninja says, William, you could never be a ninja. You don't ask for the link. You get begged to take the link. That's the way of the ninja. You're squirreling the tech. Altcentrist. Use jokes strategically. Assert dominance. Be the alpha. This is exactly true. Caesar the dog whisperer would agree with you on that score. I'm on the wrong fucking layer for this shit. Ugh. Why do I get caught up doing this shit? Does it matter? I guess it doesn't matter, but that was my bad, guys. That bug behind you says, be like Oni plays. Reference yourself only when the opportunity comes. Don't be like Game Grumps referencing themselves whenever there's a lull in the conversation. I don't know who Oni Plays is, but I think I take your point, obviously. The keynotes: be funny. Don't not be funny. Choose to be more funny if you can be. Don't take something seriously unless it's funny. If you think you're being cool, you're not being funny. Shut up. What are you talking about, William? Oh, okay. You're in the Discord. Just let me know when you're there. I can't monitor the Discord and do this shit at the same time. All right, William, you're on the stream. How you doing, pal? Okay, I brought him in, and then he left. You there, William? William?
All right, here we go.
All right. How you doing, William? Welcome to the stream.
Hi.
Now let me do this thing where I adjust your audio while you're talking to see if I can...
Make it better.
Yeah, I think it's more or less fine. Let me just go about 10% more for you.
Yeah, that Clint Eastwood guy, he wants to come on and like do some like kumite with
Clint
my
Eastwood
Clint.
does?
I don't know. That makes me sad because like when I was a kid, like Clint Eastwood was my hero. You know,
Well, this
you see
isn't
some
Clint
fucking
Eastwood. This is
dirty ass guy on the internet who's never gotten laid, naming himself Clint Eastwood. It makes me sad.
Well, his name is Clint Eastwood, not Clint Eastwood.
Yeah. Oh, Clint. Oh, okay. That makes
Yeah, he's related to the guy.
yeah. And Brian Reck, that dude's cool. I like that guy.
All right. Well, let's not concentrate
He's
on the
good
people
I'm
on
just
the
saying,
people you
Brian
like.
is good people. Yeah, he's just good people.
All right, let's go
I don't
after
do
the.
the side things like I'm on this side or that side. I'm like with Andy. I'm with Tonka. I don't do that shit.
Uh-huh.
Good people are good people, you know.
No,
Good
I hear
balance,
you.
you know. It's like Brian. That dude's a nice guy. I don't care what team he's on.
Uh-huh. All right, who are the people that you hate? Who are the people you just can't stand?
There's only one person that I actually hate. You probably wouldn't even know who it was, so it's kind of pointless saying it.
Oh, just let me know.
There's someone from Geek Thulu server.
Mm-hmm.
Some chick who just like fucked me over, just like completely lied and said some bullshit.
She's not
But
your
otherwise, I don't hate anyone.
she's not your ex-wife, is she?
No, I still love my ex-wife. It's
No, okay.
horrible.
So there's just some woman on Geek Thulu's server, and she lies about you.
No, she just did some gay op shit, and then she lied about some shit. Somehow I got blamed for it, what she did, and then I got kicked out of the server.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm I'm thinking like 2 years ago, like a long time ago.
Oh, it was 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, a long time ago.
You've still got the fire for her, though. I think you love her. That's what I think.
No, that's not. Maybe Vamp. I kind of got a crush on Vamp.
Dear God, what is everybody with these wild crushes on Vamp? I was talking to a couple of guys during the weekend, and they were just shameless in how much they love Vamp.
Yeah. Well, Vamp has like huge balls. Like you control the fuck out of her and take it, give it right back.
Uh-huh.
It's not like this wimpy chicks. Like most of the guys on here are just fucking pussy. Control them. They just like shrivel up and pee themselves. But I mean, you know,
Not
I'm not
Vamp.
saying Vamp is a trap or anything, but she has way huger balls than most of the guys on here. So I'm just saying.
Uh-huh. And you find that quality very attractive?
I do. I do, really.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Like Tonka, he's kind of like a thin-skinned pussy, and he'll block and ban you everywhere.
Uh-huh.
But Vamp, she's not like that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So when you fantasize about Vamp, how does it work in your head?
Nah, it's not a sexual thing. It's
Oh, okay.
a respect thing, and I respect her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I'm too old for the sexual thing. I can't. My dick doesn't even get hard anymore, so I don't think about that shit. You know, it's an old guy.
Yeah, just
Drink
an
a
old
lot.
guy. Drink a lot.
Yeah, it's more of like a fatherly, grandfatherly thing, you know.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
not in that sexual weird way, but just you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's much better. But,
Yeah.
oof, that was gonna go down in a fucking dark alley. Glad we avoided it.
No, it blossomed too. I mean, Blossom annoys the fuck out of me. She's so cringy and get that little girl voice, but
Uh-huh.
she too also has balls. They troll the fuck out of her, and she doesn't get offended. Come right back at you. So I
Mhm.
like Blossom for that. I appreciate that. It's weird how these women are like have huger balls than most of the guys on here. I say that Vamp and Blossom have bigger balls than they like Tonka. Just saying.
Mhm. All right, who else do you who you have low opinion of? Who are these guys with no balls? Let's call them out.
Come on. Like every one of what Tonka has left of his fans. They're like Thrax, you know. Or like well I don't want to make fun of, JoJo because he's retarded, but he still has no balls.
Jacob?
Yeah, come on. I've known Jacob for a while. And I've known Thrax for like holy shit, like
All right, who are the
going
people
on
with
4 years now.
who are the people without autism that you have a problem with? Dear God.
No, I'm just saying that all that Tonka has left is he said is like everyone's bailed on him and he's just got these like the weakest little incel gamer nerd fangirls left. It's just like all the people that Tonka would normally hate, you know.
Hmm.
And that's his fangirl base, you know. It's kind of sad, you know.
Hmm.
And even though Tonka hates me, whatever,
Uh,
but I find him entertaining. So
what do you think about
I
a
still think he's a
Kujin?
narcissistic prick, but I find him entertaining.
All right, what about a Kujin?
You know.
Do you consider him a fanboy?
Um, Akujin's a nice guy.
Uh-huh.
I like maybe me and Kujin have a lot in common. We're like in a chat talking. It's me and him.
Hmm.
I enjoy talking to him, but he's boring as shit on a fucking live stream. Holy shit!
All right,
And
fair
he's not
enough.
funny at all. He's like the least funny person I've ever met. I'm just being honest.
It's all I
I mean, I
expect
like the
out of you.
guy.
Attack Reborn podcast news. He's a news guy now. He says, "I hate a guy called Davis. He's a straight up stalker of asses." What do you think about today's ass, by the way, William?
I don't know.
You don't know. You've lost the
No,
ability to consider whether or not an ass is a good ass or a bad ass.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay. You don't watch the stream. You just hang out in the chat. What were you saying today? What was the thing that you were saying? That was all trolling, right? I can't even remember what you said.
Uh,
You can't remember what you said. You know anything about this guy, freshly bleached asshole in the Discord? This guy's a mystery to me. You think he might be a Tonka fanboy? You there, William? Truck nuts. You tricked William. He didn't know you were streaming. All right, he got disconnected or something. So I'll monitor the Discord. If he hops back in, we'll bring him on again. I guess maybe probably fell off a balcony. I was trying to get him to call out somebody who wasn't Thrax or Jacob. Didn't seem like we were getting anywhere with that. Why does everybody have these fucking steely-eyed hatred for Thrax and Jacob? Do they not get what's going on? You got kicked. Well, not by me. It'll remind me to send a Christmas card to that balcony. Yeah, you can rejoin if you want, William. Bastard beast. How obnoxious do I have to be to get some hate around here? Sometimes I feel the same way. Although it must be said, I don't really do obnoxious well. Talk Reborn Podcast News says, God, honestly, I barely hate people on the internet. It's not worth hating on. Yeah, there's a few people on the internet who have failing grades from me. As I've said multiple times, everyone starts at 100 with me. Let me bring William back on. William, we got disconnected. What's up?
What happened?
Well, it's probably on your end. Well, okay, I got disconnected again from the guy. So, I'm not kicking you, William, just so you know. You can see me working around with my stylus while this is happening. So I'm not doing things to troll you or anything. I'm more than willing to have this conversation with you. All right, pulling you down again. All right, I'm pulling you down. You're here. Are you
There we go.
Are you on mobile?
Why are people kicking me? Fuck.
All right, nobody has the ability to kick you. I'm the only one who could kick you,
Okay. Alright.
and I am not kicking you. I'm working on a picture right now.
Okay.
So anyway, where
Right.
were we? Thrax had said something. He was in the chat. He says, "Hi, William. You want to keep talking shit?"
Rax is talking shit?
No, he asked you if you wanted to keep talking shit.
I've known Thrax for a really long time.
Okay.
I remember maybe 3 years ago, I was in a voice chat.
3 years ago?
He actually was nasty to me and shit. I was like, holy shit. But Thrax used to hang out with what? Liz Reptile. He was in that little trailer park over there. And when
Uh-huh.
that blew up, he kind of moved over to the Tonka trailer park. A new thing.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it's before my time. I don't really know any of those guys. Liz Reptile. I think she'd come by the Night Beast back in the day. I didn't know anything about
That's a
that
viable ninja. Why doesn't he come in your stream and would say with the blood? He talks shit in the chat, but he won't come on stream. He's a pussy. What the fuck?
What do you want to say to him that you can't
I'm
say to
really
him on the
drunk. Now you
chat?
can take advantage of me. I'm dumb and stupid and drunk. Just come in and do it. Fuck it.
Yeah, but what is it? What do you want? What do you hope to gain from it? You just want to like a shit talking match
Nothing.
or
I
to
just
have
like
some fun?
attention.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. All right, well, guys, we have William here. If anybody wants to talk to William, feel free to come into the Discord and we can accommodate that. I don't know if we're going to get that many takers.
I remember way back in the day, and Thrax was like part of that little group there, Liz Reptile little crowd and shit.
Uh-huh.
And it was like 2 years ago. It was like the VidCon thing was going on, and then all of a sudden this shit happened with like Cog and Liz Reptile. They had like I think it was like failure too. It's like they had a little disagreement and shit,
Uh-huh.
and she got all upset. And I just remember hearing Thrax going, "It's like, oh, can't we? What's wrong with it? This drama sucks. Can't we all just get along and shit?" And then all of a sudden, like a couple months later, he's like hanging out, and the Kumite is fucking awesome. That stream, and he's like dogpiling people, fucking saying shit. I'm like, well, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Uh-huh.
You were like before, you're like, oh, I don't want drama. Can't we all get along? And then he's like dogpile, you know.
Ah,
Yeah,
I
he's
see.
hypocritical. I'm just saying,
Yeah, a bit of
And I'm
a...
not saying I used to love. I'm gonna say it. The Kumite in its heyday was the best fucking live stream ever.
Yeah.
I love that shit. That was some good shit.
Hmm. And what made it...
Just talking, yelling at people and shit, and people arguing. It was fucking awesome. Best
yeah,
drama ever.
that's what made it great.
Yeah.
All right. Have you caught the... I don't know, like last week there was a lot of yelling and drama shit. Was that more or less back to form, or did it just not retain the same magic? Or did you...
Yeah. Well, no, I enjoyed listening to Tonka yell at people.
Uh-huh.
It's pretty good, but it's like he has no one else to yell at, so he's like getting down to like trippy poop and like
Hmm.
Doc Griffin's like you're finding the lowest, like the streams that no one even fucking watches. It's getting low. It's like running out of people to make fun of.
Yeah, but weren't they back in the day, those the people that would come on, weren't they also just relatively unknown people?
Not necessarily. No, you
Really?
get some big people come on there.
So that's what you miss, is the big people coming on and
No,
yelling.
it was just the drama of it. It's like
Uh-huh.
watching Jersey Shore or something. Drama.
Hmm. All right. Fair enough. Nico says the Kumite
I
now
like
is
drama.
exactly like it was in the beginning. He talks to the chat, yells at random spurgs, chats about Godzilla, and he goes on to
No, it's
say,
not
I
the
love it.
same as it used to be. Used to have a lot of people in there. Now it's just he just yells at some low life streamer and he just has a bunch of like ass kissing fangirls that just like dog pile. It's not as good. And I'm banned from the side chat, so I can't even chat in there. Fuck. The fucking talk has got me banned from everywhere.
Yeah, that's certainly not a move that I would have made, but
No. That's why I like you. It's like you don't care.
uh-huh. So,
I just remember back in the old days, it was like 4 or 5 years ago when I first came into the community. I was just watching all these anti SJW videos and shit. And it's like, and if you were like blocking and banning people, you were like a total pussy. It's like the Steve Shives things, like Shives block list or whatever.
hmm
And then but what was it? Naked Apes' last video, which actually got banned, and he left. Last video, he was like, "Yeah, all these people in the skeptic community are just the same as the SJWs, and they really are. They're just like blocking and banning people. Like, oh, you said mean words about me. You hurt my feelings. I'm gonna block you. It's like, fuck off.
uh-huh.
Yeah. I understand if you're like a YouTuber, someone's like stalking you or whatever, or like they're like spamming your chat with the N word or something like 100 times. I get that if you're gonna ban them or block them, but if
Uh-huh.
someone just makes fun of you and you block and ban them, you're no different than Steve Shive. Really, come on. You're a fucking pussy. I'm sorry.
I hear you. All right, so in
Hawk
your
is a fucking pussy. I'm sorry. He can talk us all shit all day long, but he's a pussy. And Vamp, he's got huge balls. I've said more shit to Vamp than ever to anyone, but he doesn't ban me. He fucking made me a mod in her server. Like fuck, that chick's got balls. I'm sorry.
all right, fair enough. All right, we got freshly bleached asshole waiting to come in, but I want to ask you this before we do that. What do you think the stream is, the current stream is now to best, I don't know, represent what the old, you know,
Yeah,
glory days of the Kumite was?
there's none.
There's none.
None. It's all
What
shit.
now? Why do you think that is? Why can't somebody recreate that magic that some people seem to be longing for?
I don't know. I
You-
think it was all shit back then too. I mean, the Kumite in its heyday was the best stream. There's nothing better than that. I'm sorry.
okay,
Personally, that's my opinion.
right, yeah, but
Yeah.
you're also, but isn't it perplexing that nobody can recreate it? Maybe you're thinking it was better than it was at the time because it was new and it wasn't anything like anything else anybody else was doing.
No, I understand what you're saying, but no,
Mhm.
this still was the most entertaining stream I've ever seen. Was the Kumite?
Hmm. And
Yeah.
you don't have any theories on why it can't be replicated?
Yeah.
All right, fair enough.
It's just it's drama. You can only fuck with people so long and you run out of shit. That's what happens.
All right, fair enough. I'm going to bring freshly bleached into the stream. Let's see if he has any questions for you. Freshly, you're live. You're muted right now, but take care of that on your end. Before we do that, we'll catch up on the chat. Trucknut says, you got invested in a stream that was supposed to be background noise, and now you're disappointed. Sad story, bro. Android the Destroyer says, Davis, no, if we had a golden age Kumite right now, it would feel like it did back then, because we've all grown and matured and moved on from it. No, he says it would not feel like it did back then. Yeah, I agree. And to your point, William, I think you know it was an unsustainable gimmick for the lack of a better word. You know, there's just not that much drama to beat people over the head with. Moreover, it's kind of impossible to consistently get people on to talk about it.
Yeah.
All right, Freshly, I see you're unmuted.
Yeah, how's my levels doing?
A little high.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll take care of it on my end. Everybody else can.
Discord refuses to work with my microphone.
It's
King
fine.
in the background like this until the level gets evened out.
The level's good now.
All right, it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
So, William, if that's what your
That's
is,
my actual name. I use my real name. Just Google it.
Oh, okay.
Okay, go ahead.
William, if that is your real name, you seem very interesting to me. So I got a panel to organize some questions for you, if you wouldn't mind answering.
Cool. Yeah, I'm game.
All right. So I'm going to start off here from Veldum66. Why is an alarm clock going off when it actually turns on?
Okay. Any other questions?
Why is lemon juice made with artificial flavor and dishwashing liquid is made with real lemons?
So how old are you?
Why does the sun lighten our hair but darken our skin?
Tell me.
Why is a man who invests all of your money called a broker? All right, we're coming out with some blanks here. Why does it take 15 minutes to cook minute rice?
This is about all we got,
All
guys.
right.
You're bombing, dude. You're bombing. Holy shit.
Sure thing. Can't manage to answer these simple questions.
Yeah.
If number 2 pencil is the most popular, why is it still number 2?
We're trying to replicate the old
Holy
Kumite
shit.
folks. Bear with us.
He's not doing it. Holy shit.
This is
Fuck.
All right, so let me ask you this question here.
Do you have any real questions? What the fuck's wrong
Yeah,
with
sure,
you,
sure.
man?
Why
You're
why
like
do they
reading
sterilize
off
needles
of
for lethal
stuff you wrote
injections?
down. It's like you wrote this down and you're like reading it. I'm gonna be cool on the internet. What the fuck are you doing?
I'm asking you simple
Just
questions
talk
and you
like a
can't
normal
answer
person.
them.
What the fuck's wrong with you?
Well, I have these dedicated questions of people who
You're a
felt like you
fucking
were a very
moron. Jesus
interesting
Christ.
person.
Just ask a normal question.
I've
Shit.
been asking you normal questions. I've been like, I have consideration. I understand you don't like the drama.
I don't like
You don't like all these people.
pencils. Yeah, I don't like pencils. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Got it.
who
Got
doesn't?
me.
Okay, let me ask you a
Yeah.
question.
Fuck
Do you like
pencils. The
death?
number 2 pencils, fuck them. Holy shit. Have you ever gotten
I have a
laid?
question about
Holy
death
shit.
if you like death.
I'm gonna do a Tonka thing now.
Uh-oh.
How much do you weigh?
Well, that depends. What is a multiplication of 56?
what is a multiplication of 56?
Yeah, you can choose whatever variable.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
We're
Hey, I mean, we
First-
figured we figured that, you know, I felt like these jokes were very sentimental. Personally, when I heard some of these jokes, they were from the Kumite, and this was like, you know, and
Oh my.
I just feel like all this stuff is very important to me personally.
Yeah. You need to get laid, dude. Holy shit.
I lie, I cheat, I steal. I lie, I cheat, I steal. Yo, mamacita, I got that passion that's like the law.
We've done it,
All right.
guys. We've replicated the formula.
So now then, away with the bullshit. Why do you think the Kumite died, William?
I can tell you exactly how it died.
All right, go ahead.
Tonka kind of ran out of, shit. He was doing good, man. He was racking in the bucks and the views and shit. But that green guy, the green man, hooked up with the, Andy, and then the green man took Tonka down. He did.
Wait, but
he used Andy to do it.
Hold
So
on. Who's Green
the
Man?
green man had no power, but he got the
hold
Andy
on,
guy.
hold
to
on.
take-
Is
take
Green
Tonka
Man
down.
is Green Man the money from Dirty Wallets, or is it an actual person?
Yeah, Dirty Wallace. That was it. Yeah.
Okay.
You
I
got
was
it.
really
Like,
confused
spot
for
on.
a second.
I'm
I
still
was really
confused.
fucking confused.
Who's Green Man?
Shit.
It's money.
Oh, all
No,
right.
no. Geek Thulu took down Tonka.
Oh,
Andy
Wait.
to do it.
Geek Thulu took down Tonka.
oh.
Okay, explain.
That was it.
No,
Geek Thulu
there's got to be more
had
to
no
this.
power. He was pissed at fucking Tonka.
Okay.
He, and he already had Andy in his pocket, and Andy's like really malleable. He didn't convince shit.
For sure.
So he convinced Andy to do his shit. Then Andy went after Tonka. Then Tonka went down. Now Tonka's dead. I mean, Tonka's still getting 100 or so viewers, but not like he was before. But pretty much, Geek Thulu took down Tonka. He won.
How?
So Geek Thulu won, and Andy lost. Fuck it.
Wait, are you trying to angle back into Geek Thulu's server?
No, I'm not. I'm fucking Thulu. I'm just saying what I think. I don't do teams about an English team.
No, okay.
Listen,
I just say what I actually think.
Real name,
I'm not
right?
a fangirl of anyone. Fuck,
Okay, no,
fuck all you
fine.
people.
You're saying what you think, but I'm asking you, for specifics. What do you mean that Geek Thulu he took down Tonka? Like how?
He did.
Ah,
Fucking
God
did.
damn it! That's not what I'm
The
asking
fuck?
you. I'm asking you for specifics. There has to be a reasoning behind what you're saying. That's what I'm asking
Yeah.
about.
Well, Geek Thulu hates everyone and anyone who fucks with him.
How are
Take
you
him
not?
down. He's gonna try.
How are you not understanding what I'm asking you?
Oh, Davis, I
Yeah.
think you're not understanding
You
his
want
answer.
specifics of how Geek Thulu used Andy to take Tonka down? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
No, I can't do that.
Okay.
It happened. Did you see it?
You're fascinating to talk to. Did I see it? No, I didn't see it. I don't know what you're talking about. This is all fucking new to
So
me.
you see
That's why
Tonka
I'm
was like
asking you.
racking in money, had like fucking thousands of viewers and shit. Then all of a sudden he got taken down
Uh,
through Andy, but it wasn't Andy really. It was
Was
through
Geek,
Andy.
right?
Yeah. And Andy killed himself at the same time. It's like they're all dead.
Okay.
But not
I
Geek.
think the weird thing is like
It's true.
Cog is getting the most views out of everybody left. It's like Cog is like doing better than anyone. It's kind of
And
funny.
yet Geek Thulu has remained consistent in the amount of views that he gets this whole
Yeah,
time.
he's consistently an asshole and fucks everybody over. What the fuck?
Bastard. He can organize an entire year-long op to destroy one Indian man in a wheelchair, but he can't get over
No.
5 views.
No, don't underestimate Geek, man. He's like the master of gay ops.
I know.
No?
Like
Never
remember that one
underestimate
time
guy.
remember that one time that Optic Decay made fun of Geek? I mean, look what happened to Optic Decay.
It's true. Now,
Wow.
Optic Decay will blame Tonka for him losing his artistic ability, but in truth, it was Geek Thulu the whole time.
Well, Optic Decay was always an idiot. Come on. He's a thin-skinned pussy, just like Brooks.
How
Both of them.
dare you? How dare you?
And when you guys were all friends with them, I was still taking the piss out of them. It's like, fuck
Hey,
you, all
whoa,
you people.
whoa.
Fuck you.
I wasn't friends with anybody. Le Internet Original.
I mean, Optic Decay and I, we've always been friends. I think we're friends to this day.
Davis, you're not supposed to talk about it.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Moving on,
Well,
you fucker.
Sorry, I'm moving on.
I was friends with Optic Decay at one time. Well, he was
Wait, now you're the guy. What
because
the
he was
fuck
the
were you
Geek Thulu
talking about?
server, and then all of a sudden, he wasn't friends with Geek anymore.
And so
And then when I got kicked out of Geek server,
uh-huh.
then he was friends with me again. And then I trolled his side chat, then he wasn't friends with me again. And then I was friends with Tonka, then he was friends with me again. It's like flip-flop like 4 times. It was like, holy shit. You're a fucking moron. It's like, yeah, that guy's an idiot. Fuck that guy.
All right,
You
but
know what you need?
what made you friends with him to begin with?
I got DMs, but unlike most people on here, I don't drop DMs. So even when
Come on.
I won't do that.
Come on.
I will never do that. No. But,
Do it.
No,
Do it. Do it, William.
no, I don't do that.
The
shit.
DMs. All right, so
wait,
let's make a plan.
Real quick.
Go.
There's a question from Thrax. He says, "Hey William, what's this about you blocking someone named Antihero? Doesn't that make you a thin-skinned pussy?"
I've never blocked anyone ever. What the fuck are you talking about?
No
I've
clue.
never blocked anyone. I've never banned anyone. I've never timed anyone out in a fucking side chat like fucking Thrax like 8 million times. A little fucking pussy ass motherfucker. What the fuck are you talking about?
Have no idea.
I've never blocked anyone ever on any platform. Ever. I don't do that shit. Because I fucking say mean words to you in a fucking side chat doesn't mean I block and ban you.
All right,
Fuck Thrax.
we got a
Fat little guy lives with his mom and his grandma. He's never had a job. He's never fucking got laid.
Geek.
Gigantic
Geek
fat
lives with
pussy.
his mother and
Like holy
father,
shit,
which
thinks
makes
he's a
him
fucking
better.
dragon. At least Geek has had a job. Thrax, like holy shit. He's like no, he's what you don't want to be, you know? Holy shit.
All right. Statement from the Discord. Davis, the Kumite was originally made as a platform to stop the back and forth response videos that were happening and to get people that had a beef into a live stream to hash it out live. Some of these beefs were real and some of them were for pure entertainment only. So what you had sometimes were a couple of people screaming at each other with the host claiming or chiming in once in a while, or Tonka himself going at somebody. But honestly, internet blood sports was always doomed to have a very short lifespan, in my humble opinion. Now, this is just an opinion from Adam Marcus.
I can't remember if it was the first one or the second one. It was like a King Carl one, and he was like King Carl was like reading a script. It was like they scripted it and shit. And King Carl was like reading it. You could tell he was reading it. It's like, holy shit, he's reading a script. It was bad. But then it went to like real shit, like real people were fighting. But in the beginning, it was fake.
You think it was at the beginning it was fake, and then it became real?
Yeah, real.
No, I think it was
some
probably a
of it was
little column A from little column B. I did notice that toward the end there, their fake drama started appearing everywhere. People would get into beefs just to yell at each other, and it was all manufactured shit. I noticed it in my own stream. I was talking to a guy, having a good conversation with him, and he all started. I mentioned my age. I was 42 at the time, and then he started going after me. It was like, "What are you doing on this live stream talking with young people when you're 42 years old?" I'm like,
yeah, what's wrong with you?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
But then I'm getting.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Davis?
hold
you
on.
old piece of shit.
Yeah. It was all stupid and it was all all dumb.
18-year-old girls with boobs and shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, right. But then I'm at the same time I'm getting DMs from this guy says, "Yeah, I'm just doing IBS right now. Just go along with it." I'm like, what the?
That's fucking lame. Like,
I'm not
holy
going
shit.
along with this. And
along with it, Davis.
Yeah, and there's this whole idea about content. Oh, I'm bringing you content.
Wait,
like, I don't.
But that's lame. I mean, it's like
so lame.
They're telling you're doing it as fake. It's like at least just troll and bring content. But like if you're like, yeah, I'm doing. Oh god, that's fucking lame.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It brings the original point that some people have. The only reason why Kumite was destined to fail was because, as it was said, it was a platform to stop back and forth response videos and have that be actual two people talking. Is that the back and forth response videos are all bullshit just to get fame, and then that transfers into the real talking to each other is also bullshit and just for fame. There's no winning.
I'll also say this about what Adam Marcus has put in the Discord. That's not what I've heard about. It wasn't, from my understanding, it wasn't established to do that. There was no design, to the format. It was just something that happened.
It was a good product, though. I mean, people loved it. People were watching it, and then Tonka was like he was pushing other people up. He made fucking what's his name popular, Killstream. I mean, I used to watch the Killstream back in the day. No one watched that shit. I used to watch fucking him. It was like a dead fucking channel. I would go there, like 5 people would watch it, and then he came on fucking Tonka's channel, and he fucking blew up. So Tonka not only was getting people watching and making money, he was blowing up other people. He was helping people out. It was fucking awesome. I'm sorry, that was the best. I don't care, fuck Tonka, but that was the fucking best live stream ever. It's fucking good.
I, for one, thank him for the opportunity to boost Ralph to a spot where we could have such wonderful things such as Guntgate and the Alcoholic Anonymous chapter of all of our arcs.
Yeah, but none of you know who fucking Ralph was before that. I was watching that guy.
Oh, are you gonna get hipster on me?
Kill streams and shit. No one else was watching and shit.
I
Davis,
used to
man,
watch it
there was
back in the
one-
day.
Davis, man,
There was
you didn't
one
even
that-
know. You
Ah.
When
didn't even know,
Jeff
man.
Holiday came on, Jeff Holiday came on there because Jeff Holiday was like fighting with Ralph on Twitter and shit, and he came on there and fucking what's his name, was fucking drunk as shit. Not Ralph. God, I forgot his name. I just said it.
Jeff Holiday?
Jeff Holiday was drunk as shit, and he came on there. Then him and Ralph just went at it. They were like yelling at each other. And fucking I was like, holy shit! And I was like, I like commented in the stream below, and I shared that shit around and shit. But no one else was watching that because no one watched the kill stream back then.
For those of
But,
you just tuning in now, we're recounting William's stream memories, the glory
old
days
days.
of William
No,
watching
Willie's an
YouTube.
OG. I've been around for a while, so.
Oh, I
like
know.
4 years.
Oh, you've been around the bend.
Hey, man, Davis, I bet you don't even know what a 3D camera is. Fuck you.
Yeah, you into that lore? You know the lore about the fuck was that place called?
You don't even fucking know what a scrub is, man. You fucking go away.
Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
No, we joke about this, but how many 10-year-olds were there that someday are going to be like how people today are with Zelda? Going, man, back in my day, there's this thing called a 360 camera. Shit, man, that's the funniest thing. They don't make entertainment like they used to, man.
And what's Zelda? I don't know what that is.
It's this guy who cross-dresses, I think.
Is it like Pokemon or something like that? Zelda,
Kind of,
Pokemon,
but
or something.
kind of,
I
but
don't
it's
know
this-
those little games that little boys play. Yeah,
Who dresses up in dresses and uses swords and stuff, I think.
yeah. I think Thrax plays those games. Yeah, Zelda, Pokemon,
Pokemon.
Thrax, and
The
Jacob.
Pokemon
They
while
play
you're
those games and
while you're
shit,
eating
yeah.
chips and watching Gnarlyto, all that other stuff.
Deborah Miller says William remembers Abraham Lincoln's first YouTube stream. How was that, by the way?
Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Wasn't he Republican? I think Republican.
Yes, he was.
No, wait a minute, he was a Democrat. No, he was a Republican. Yeah.
Yeah, he was one of the first Republicans.
Yeah.
Wasn't he that guy
don't
who
think he-
started the slave trade?
Yeah, he didn't like black people. Yeah. Lincoln. Yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna have fucking Lincoln wanting to come onto the fucking stream and bury you IBS style.
7 years ago, you're just a little child in your fucking Pampers watching the Kumite. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know. That was the best. That was the best shit ever. I love the Kumite.
Fucking truck nuts. I'll say what
I don't
everyone
know. I've
else.
listened to a lot of streams for like 4 years and shit, and they're all boring as shit.
Don't step over
The
me to say the
Kumite,
same thing you've
That
said.
was some good shit.
You've
I
said
know
the
now it's
same
boring,
thing
but
like
it used to be
5
good.
times, and I'm trying to read truck nuts here. Shut the fuck
you know
up for a
what?
second. Truck nuts says, "I'll say what everyone else is thinking. Tired of beating around the bush. The
Yeah,
Kumite
what kind of
dot
man
you
names
son
himself
of a
Truck
bitch.
Nuts? Come
You
on.
are the
Isn't
fucking
he like
worst."
14 or something? Yeah, I'm Truck Nuts. I mean, come on. What the fuck kind of name is that?
Hey, you don't even know why a fucking number 2 pencil is still called a number 2 pencil, asshole.
Oh, fuck off.
Here you go, Davis. You can read truck nuts now.
He says, "The Kumite died when they added Davis." It was me.
Oh,
It was me.
Nah, I think it died when they added a Kujin. Sorry.
I think it died when people said it died.
Kujin and Leaf, they killed it.
That was a dark time. Yeah, I remember watching those
Yeah, it was
some
a
of
very
those
dark
streams.
time.
Remember back in the day when you just hear silence and you'd hear snickering in the background and
Yeah.
Mexican accented person would start singing and everyone all got pissed off.
Yeah.
Those were good times.
I remember when Leaf used to be on there and shit. And then me and Leaf would be sitting there playing Words with Friends while they were streaming it. I would just play Words of Friend with Leaf.
Holy crap! You stuck
He wouldn't
around
really
with the
say anything.
Kumite a lot
Just
longer.
hanging out on there.
Yeah, why'd you stick around watching it so much if you hated it?
Who said I hated it?
Oh,
You're right. But so why'd you stick around watching it if it
Putting words in my mouth. Holy shit!
if it wasn't as good? Just nothing better on?
No, it wasn't as good. No. I'll still watch it now if Tonka's talking about drama.
oh.
He's making fun of AP or whatever. I want to watch that shit.
So,
I love
would you
drama.
call yourself a drama whore?
Oh, totally. Yeah.
See,
I'm like a soccer mom drama whore. Yeah.
no, that
Give me
statement
more.
is actually a lot more accurate than you would think it would be. Our
Oh
moms
God, you're
everywhere.
dumb. Holy shit.
All right. So, why does someone believe you when you say there are 4 billion stars, but check when you say the paint is wet?
Yeah. Yeah.
This isn't going to go anywhere.
Go outside or something. Turn off your computer. Find a girl. Get laid or something. Right.
Hey, man, I'm asking questions here. And you're being an asshole.
No, you're a fucking moron. Holy shit.
Oh my god. So says you, the man who can't answer these questions.
Yeah. No, I can't. I don't know anything about number 2 pencil. Do you?
Yes, I'm a fucking artist. That shit's great.
Fuck.
I guess you lose this round of blood sports, William.
I guess so. I'm the loser.
It's fine.
Yeah. I can handle it.
Oh, boys, looks
The
like
last time I
I'm
was on here,
1 in 4
Tonka
million.
came in here and took the piss out of me, so this is all good.
So what other streams do you enjoy, William?
Actually, none. They're all boring as shit.
They're all pretty bad, right?
It's really the chat is more entertaining than the fucking stream.
Yeah, that tends to be the case.
Yeah.
Any non-drama related streams?
They all suck.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So what do you watch?
Like I say, the Kumite that was the only good one. That was.
So what do
So
you
back
watch
in
in
the
your
day-
spare time?
Back in the day, Failure used to do streams, and you'd get all these like big YouTubers on there, and he would have like hardly any subs, and they were pretty good. They were actually pretty good streams. And then he stopped doing that, and then all he had was like Tonka and Vamp on. It was just like the three of them. They would just stream, and then it got really boring. And then the Kumite happened with that. But before that, Failure used to have some pretty good. He would get big YouTubers on.
Wasn't this like 2 years ago?
Like this, I'm talking 3 years ago.
Oh yeah, that's right. Failure was like an actual content creator. See, I always forget that he was an actual human
Yeah.
being before the Kumite.
God, such a fangirl. Holy shit.
So now that everything is dead and buried, what do you watch in your spare time, William?
I watch everything.
You don't like any of it.
But I'm not a fangirl though.
Well, I'll say this: there's something to be said about this passive, interactive entertainment. I guess streaming. Get involved in the chat, and you can in some ways have some influence over what's going on. I think there's something to it, but I think you're more or less correct. All streams are pretty much garbage as far as entertainment goes.
But I'm gonna say that Brian Reck guy, he's a cool dude.
You've already said that.
I know.
Do you
I'm saying
fucking
it
love
again.
Brian Reck?
Yeah, I think I got a crush. Oh no.
Do you not love him, Davis?
Brian Reck's all right.
You
Nah, he's
fucker.
a nice guy.
Yeah.
Some people are just like really just general nice guys, even if they're on like a team. But Brian, he's just like, I've talked to him a bunch of times in voice chat. Like,
Did you
that
know
guy's a
he's
cool
married?
guy.
You know he's a married man, right?
He's a good guy. He's a nice
Okay.
guy.
Jesus Christ, William.
Well, see, Davis,
Yeah.
this is where your line of questioning is flawed. Is he married to a man or a woman? Because one of those William can work with.
William, would you like to have a picnic with Brian Rick?
No.
No?
I-
Well,
I
that's
wanna
you're
have
gonna
a beer
offend
with
the guy.
Tonka. I want to have a beer with Tonka.
Well, would you have a
That's
beer
what I
with
want.
Brian Rick?
No, he's a good guy, but
Why don't you
I
want
wanna
to
have a
have a
picnic
beer
with
with him? You're an
I wanna have a beer with
inconsistent son of a
Tonka.
bitch. You know that?
I want to have a beer with Tonka.
Why
and,
do you
like,
want to?
myself.
Okay, first of all, you know that Tonka doesn't drink, right? So you're missing up an opportunity to have a beer with Brian Rick, who'd probably shoot one down with you. To have a beer with someone who doesn't even drink? You're ridiculous.
See, David, it's not his fault. You're just asking him the wrong questions. William,
Yeah,
would
we are.
you have sloppy gay sex on a beach with Brian Rick?
It's probably more to the point.
Maybe.
See,
Am the
I
top or the
told you,
bottom?
Davis.
Yeah, there it is. Guess that was my
Here
fault.
is the
You answered
common
my question.
man's
Am I the
beer.
top or the bottom?
It's
If you
not.
could, if you could choose either position,
Don't do this.
would you
Yeah,
have sloppy gay sex on a beach with Brian Rick?
Yeah, either position is good with me. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I'd be the top or the bottom. I don't care.
Here's
But
the
if I
stinger.
was having a picnic with Tonka, I definitely want to be the bottom. You know, I'm just saying.
If you were having
Definitely
a
a bottom.
picnic with Tonka,
Yeah,
all right,
and a beer,
fair enough.
a couple beers maybe, and I would want to be the bottom. You know.
Hey, do you miss being in the chat over in the over at the Kumite?
Oh, I do. It makes
Yeah.
me sad every day. I wake
You
up
want-
and it's like, oh.
No, I'm. Hey, hold on. Now you're being disingenuous with me. I want
That's true, you're right.
honesty. I want honesty. You miss being in the chat. Maybe I can.
No, I want to be there. Yeah, I like access.
Mm-hmm. So in a way, you
And
kind
if
of
you-
kind of miss Tonka.
Yeah, I do. I love Tonka.
Fair enough.
You didn't know I have a Tonka pillow? Yeah, Vamp sent it to me. He gave it to me free. You know. I asked for it. It's like, yeah, no problem, William. Fucking Vamp will send it to you. Sent me like an old Tonka pillow. It's kind of like all got stains on it and shit. It's kind of worn out. I need a new one. I don't know if he still has the Tonka pillows anymore. Yeah.
Wow. Are you aware that the Kumite moved to the TP channel? William?
What?
And
Oh,
you-
the TV channel? Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
up to that too. Yeah.
Oh, okay, and you're still banned from that one?
I'm watching it hard.
You're what?
I think he said it pretty loud and clear, Davis.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Plain words. I mean, did you get that?
Fair enough. Hey, does
I'm
anybody
gonna
else
ask
in the chat want to talk to William Stench ever?
I'm going to ask the question, damn it. Hey, William,
Yeah.
if you want to be a bottom to Tonka,
Yeah.
buy of anal bleaching product.
He's gonna do it.
Why-
He's gonna
why
bring
do you
it
need
back to
that?
this.
Oh, let me check. I have an email here that has all the best deals.
He sells
saying that
anal bleaching
Tonka like
products.
his ass is bleached. Fuck.
See,
I got a dark one with
it's a
like
matter
hair on
of
it and shit. What the fuck?
problem. You have to look good for your partner. Especially if you want to be a
like
bottom.
a little girl ass. Okay, I got it. I'll
Oh
shave
no,
and
it doesn't. It
bleach
What?
doesn't have
No
to
problem.
be. It doesn't have to be a little girl ass. It can
What did
just
you
be
say?
A pink ass with hair.
Okay, pink. Okay, I get some coloring, maybe a little lipstick, and color it up, and shave it, and bleach it. No problem.
See, this is how we all get along. Now, I'm going to email you some coupons. You
Oh,
have to
do that,
remember that
please.
you can't keep the product on for more than 5 minutes, or else your asshole will be sucked in. Let's see here. And if you suck in your asshole, you're not going to be able to shit properly. That'll be a problem because you'll have to have a
Yeah, I
colostomy
already have
bag.
that
And
problem already, so it's not a problem.
yeah, but it's more severe than just having your asshole fucked inside out. It's like actually
All right.
they're
Enough of this.
Oh
I've had
God, what do you
enough.
find this
I've had
guy,
enough.
fucking Davis? Holy shit!
What the fuck is your problem talking about little girls' asses? Jesus Christ. What the fuck is
Well,
wrong with the both
he
of you?
drove me to it.
He
He's gonna
drove
gonna
you
look
to
good,
it?
damn it.
David, like holy
He's gonna
shit!
look good. My little boy is gonna look like a fucking beautiful girl.
Jesus Christ. Well, you've certainly soured my mood. For sure. Maybe Blossom can help. I'll bring her in.
Yeah, bring Blossom in. I like her.
All right, Blossom. Welcome to
Hey,
hell.
man, buds.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard your call for help. You
Yeah.
doing okay, Davis?
I was
That
for a
depends.
while.
That depends on how well bleached your asshole is, Blossom.
Do not describe it in any way that's going to get me fucking taken off the internet.
Yeah, don't do
Dear
that.
God, William, what
I'd prefer
the
not to
fuck?
discuss my asshole.
Yeah,
That's your problem. That's your confidence issues.
Anyway, I don't think I've had the pleasure of meeting this freshly bleached asshole fella.
You've met
at
me a
least
ton.
not in a voice chat. So, hello, I'm Blossom. MK Thales, fuck you, stop starting shit.
Oh, but that's what he does.
Speaking of anal, here's Blossom. No. Yeah, so what's going on,
Not with
guys?
that kind
William,
of asshole.
how you doing? William is best turtle.
Hi, Blossom.
Hey, how's it going?
All right.
We hanging out, we're having lots of fun here on the Morning Beast. I see Davis is doing some work here on his woman. She's looking quite terrified of the beast behind her. Ooh.
Yeah, she's probably just listened to fucking disgusting shit that William's putting out there.
Didn't do anything. Jesus Christ.
I see we have a new ass of the week.
Yeah. She's probably a ringer. I don't know. She's probably
Probably a ringer.
Yeah.
I do like her underwear.
It's pretty good, isn't it?
I do. I like the frills. I need more frilly stuff.
Fair
What
enough.
you need is a clean-looking asshole.
Oh, well, I mean, naturally.
Someone DM me these frilly underwear. I want to see them too.
It's on the stream, you fucking mark.
It's on the stream, William. It's right. It's on. It's yeah.
No, I'm kind of slow. Like, leave me along. Shit.
It's fine, guys. I'll take responsibility of looking after William.
Thank you.
You're
All
welcome.
right.
I got your back, Blossom. Always.
Thank you. Very much appreciated.
Don't let him anywhere near your back.
I know.
I'm more trustworthy than most people. Just saying. If I got your back, you're good. Come on.
Okay. So, what topics have we covered today? I've been tuning in for the last 30-ish minutes. Everything's kind of been
William misses the old Kumite.
The
He
Basically.
old
also likes the new
Kumite.
Kumite.
He likes
Yeah,
the new
I do.
Kumite. Okay. Now,
No,
I
I do
wasn't
not.
around for the old Kumite. Legend has it that the Kumite used to get thousands of viewers.
No, it did.
Huh. And how long
And
ago was this?
The money was just flowing in. It was insane. It was fucking insane.
It was back in the day, Blossom. It was about what, 20 some odd years ago?
Oh,
William?
okay. Okay.
More or less a year ago. A little more than a year ago.
Well, did we lose somebody?
sent him a link. He's going to go investigate Amira Intimate lightning cream.
Yeah, he's been dropping
Damn.
out here and there. Let me go get him.
Oh, okay.
No one kicked you, William, before you started accusing me of
What?
shenanigans.
You want it?
Yeah, so from what I understand about the original Kumite, the hosts were Tonka and Failure and
Bam.
Andy
Andy?
Worski.
Was Andy ever a host? Like a
No,
legit
he's like
host?
a guest.
He was a
Eventually.
call-in.
Eventually, when they moved over to Andy Worski's channel, and that lasted for 3 days or something.
You know what they say about Andy? Comes in as quickly as he goes out.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to
Hi,
say he's a
Innovate. Hope
retard.
you're doing okay today. Yeah, no, I wasn't around for this. I wish that I kind of was, so I could see what the OG Kumites were like.
Well, it's simple. You just convince Tonka to have someone change their icon to Failure's icon. Sped from Twitter to come on with beef, and then you get Tonka to yell at him for about 10 minutes, and then play Viva La Raza, and you're good.
Seems easy enough.
There you go.
It's pretty
You're a
much it.
fucking retard. Holy shit. Just get rid of this guy. What the fuck?
What? Wait. You're asking me to kick this guy? Isn't that the same thing that
I'm
you
not gonna do that, David.
All
I'm
right,
sorry.
there you go.
You're not that kind of guy. I know that.
You realize the
I
error
remember
of your ways.
Andy, you've been around for a long time, like a really long time, and he never did anything really. He never blew up or anything. But then when Bering came along, I don't know if you guys know Bering,
Yeah, I know Bering.
He was hot. Yeah, he found out
that the world famous skeptic.
Andy was friends with a Lacey Green, and Lacey Green was like the hot, SJW to make fun of,
Hot?
And yeah, no.
It's awesome. You see,
like
she has very large
everyone making
breasts.
fun of SJW. She was on
I do
the
not
MTV
find
thing.
Lacey attractive whatsoever.
He meant
But that's just me.
Breasts.
That's not the point. The point
Okay.
is she was like
hot
everyone
isn't
making
popular.
fun of Lacey
Yeah.
Green. Yeah,
Okay.
topic. So Bering, hooked up with fucking Andy, and like they did a live shit. And after that, Andy just completely blew up. He started doing more shit. So he kind of got like the Bering bump, kind of, That's what I saw. And then, because Andy was around for a really long time, and he used to actually be friends with Lacey Green. Like they would stream together and do videos and shit.
Andy Worski was essentially just Baked Alaska, but more Canadian.
No, he's not Baked
Gross.
Alaska. That's even mean calling Andy that. I'm like, holy shit.
I mean, they're
Whoa,
essentially the
hold
same
on.
people.
Wait. You think that
Mean?
Andy Worski is more or less less retarded than Baked Alaska? I would think he's more retarded.
No. I think Baked Alaska is a little bit smarter, but he's more of a scumbag.
Explain.
Andy's just like a wimpy guy, and what fucked him up was he hooked up with the Geek Zulu guy. The Geek Zulu filled his head full of shit.
The mastermind.
Yeah, right.
And then
I won't ask you to
actually,
expound on this.
Like, come on, Andy's very malleable. Come on, really. He's like,
all right,
Andy's
whatever.
not that bad of a guy, but he got influenced by someone who was really bad. And that's just, now look at him now. There's no more Andy. He's gone.
Geek Zulu is Palpatine, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a fact.
Yeah, it's. God, I don't even want to get back into this because obviously you're not going to give me anything that I can work with. But
what do you mean?
Well, I asked you how he was behind. You said at the beginning of our conversation here that Geek Zulu is the one that took down Tonka, and I asked you how, and you're like, well, by taking down Tonka.
Yeah, how did he take him down?
He
No.
took him down, Blossom.
He did take him down. What do you mean?
There you go.
But like, what were his antics? What did he do specifically that quote
He
unquote
took Tonka down.
Good luck, Blossom.
Jesus Christ.
like
Well-
fuck, I
Uh-huh.
don't even know how you would give an example of taking somebody down. Did he get
Oh,
a big old?
don't worry, you won't get one.
No. Well, you can see where Tonka was before, and now see where Tonka is now. He's like got 100 viewers. Before he was having thousands of viewers and tons of money.
Oh,
So,
I don't think Geek
what
Thulu had
happened?
anything to do with that.
Explain to me what happened. No one's gonna explain to what happened, but I'm going to
Well-
explain what happened. Oh, well, okay, all right, got it.
The fact that Tonka now has 100 odd viewers, give or take.
No,
some-
he used to have thousands of viewers. He was like fucking racking the money. You weren't there.
No,
What
I
the fuck are you talking
wasn't.
about? No.
No, I wasn't there,
I'm gonna
but
say it right now. Geek Thulu won, not Tonka. Geek Thulu won. Yeah, I'm giving him props. Thulu won.
okay, but
You're welcome,
but-
Geek Thulu.
But isn't like Geek Thulu like challenging a fight to Zoom?
He's only doing that because he won.
I highly I wouldn't consider that to be winning. In
Why
fact,
don't you challenge Zoom and we can see how much of a winner you are?
That wouldn't be a fair fight. Zoom, no, look, guys, nobody can withstand my forehead. Nobody. Okay? But what did Geek specifically do
He
that resulted
he
in
used
Tonka's
Andy
loss?
and filled his head full of all the shit that Andy went after Tonka and took Tonka down to where he
So-
is now. Like
So you're
he used to
basically
have
saying
thousands of viewers, and now he has like 100 and a couple viewers.
So you're
and
saying
used to
that
have,
Geek
like,
manipulated
lots of money,
Andy.
And
Right.
now he's like hardly anybody. He's like, well, because Water
Just
Jabber
watch
just keeps giving him
his-
money, but you know,
Video where Zoom explains
it's
how he
just
beat
there.
Tonka, and that's how Geek beat Tonka.
Oh fuck.
no, I get the shit from all sides. You know,
Right.
like the Geek Thulu people hate me, and then the anti-Geek Thulu people hate me. But I'm just saying, Geek did it. You know. And I wasn't the last time I saw him. I saw him in a voice chat. I was like, "Yeah, you took down Tonka. Props." And he did it. And he's a master of gay.
So he took
on.
Tonka down by getting in Andy
Yeah.
Worski's head and had Andy
Oh yeah,
Worski do the dirty
Andy's
work.
a moron. He's a moron. So he used Andy's power in subs to take down Tonka. That's what he did. Because Geek has no power, other than does gay ops and shit. He's good at that. That's what he's good at. And he
Right.
got into Andy's head. You know, he told Andy all his shit. And then Andy, you hear Andy. It's like you get on the stream and he was like just saying shit. It's like, holy shit, he sounds like he's like coming right out of Geek Thulu's mouth. I know Geek. I was in Geek Thulu's server for like a year. Like a
Ugh.
whole year I sat in there every day. So I know Geek. So it's like Andy just spewing the shit that Geek normally says. Holy shit, he got him. So he just used Andy. So he got to take down fucking Tonka, but everyone blamed Andy, and Geek Thulu just went scot free. You know, it was
Okay.
all Geek.
Okay. Now, can I challenge you on that? Because
Yeah,
I don't believe that. Maybe
You
I'm
don't?
biased. I believe Tonka won. And the reason I say that is because Tonka is doing things that are benefiting him
yeah.
in his real life, his offline life. You know, like he did his hiatus or he retired from wrestling. He's now back
Yeah.
into wrestling. He's doing very well with that.
Awesome.
Oh
He's
no!
got he's on you know, he's got his weekly thing with Pro South, but he's actually not just wrestling at Pro South. He goes to other venues and stuff as well.
Yeah,
And
I was watching the Pro South thing. Some guy
right.
he was like rubbing his balls on Tonka's head. That was fucking awesome. Yeah.
I'm not wrestling people, so the wrestling world is all new to me and
Yeah.
everything.
The whole
But
thing's gay. Come on. Like,
well, I mean, if my favorite if I'm watching combat sports, I like you know, MMA.
you
But
like fake combat sports when you like your combat sports. Okay, I got you.
well, no, I like watching Tonka because he's entertaining. He's a very charismatic guy, and
Yeah,
I
when,
think he's
when
good
he
at
got
what he
that
does.
guy like straddling his head and rubbing his balls on his
Well, I
fucking
mean, shit
scalp.
happens in
Yeah,
wrestling. I mean,
that
it's
was
there.
entertaining. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can take what you want from it, but
He's
see,
saying it's
the
entertaining.
difference between Tonka and the majority of these people who
Yeah.
who create their livelihood off streaming is Tonka doesn't need the Kumite for an income. Like he makes his income doing other things.
All right.
Yeah, he's got
And
houses
Real quick,
and car lots and
real
shit.
quick.
Yeah.
I brought Android into the stream real quick. I think he's on his break. Do you have any perspective on this? Oh, I don't know
Fuck.
I don't know if your mic is working or not.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Sorry, my internet just cut out for a second.
But have you been listening along to us? And
Hold on.
all right, fair enough. We'll go back to what you were saying. So I completely Geek One.
Yeah.
He manipulated, and
Yeah.
wait. So Tonka is what? Essentially, he won because he's doing real life stuff. Is that your
well, okay,
contention there, Blossom?
see, well, William is saying that if you're looking at numbers, Tonka lost.
Yeah.
And if you're looking strictly at numbers, then yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
he's averaging, you know, between 100 and 100 viewers, and depending on the topic, sometimes he gets up to 170.
Yeah. I mean, doing
so
drama. I'm watching
if
that
you're
shit.
if you're looking specifically at numbers, then I guess you could say yeah. I mean, but the thing is, he doesn't need the numbers from a stream to do things. It doesn't affect his livelihood, his real life. He does it as a hobby, you know? Whereas if somebody relied
Okay.
solely on streaming, let's say there's a streamer that gets
That's not the point. The point is he does stream every day, pretty much.
I was going to say, how many hours do you have to do something for it to be a hobby?
Yeah.
Why does that determine what's a hobby and what's a job? You can do
Well,
something.
when you're doing something for like
God.
7 hours a day, every day of the week, it's you could say it's not really a hobby.
Well, think
yeah,
of it
you
like
could.
this.
You definitely 100% could say that.
How?
I mean,
Yeah,
I know people that do
I
that.
agree.
You don't think that there's men that will hang out in the garage and work on vehicles because it's a hobby for them? I had an ex who was like that. He could spend hours and hours in his garage fiddling with shit because he enjoyed doing it.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm like
Just-
that.
Every day of the
Yeah,
week for over
exactly.
5 hours a day?
Nah, there's no limit on it. You can do it as much as you want to. If you come home from work and you do that shit from the moment you get home to the moment you go to bed, it's still a hobby. You're not making
Yeah.
money off of it.
Exactly.
Well, I mean, making
You
money
could.
off of it.
Well, let me rephrase that. You could make money off of it.
Okay.
It's not your primary source of income. It's supplemental
Right.
income. You don't need to do it.
Blossom. Say what you really think. Your lunch lying now.
What's
Be
that?
honest.
I am being honest.
Are you really?
Yeah. What? Why would I lie?
What do you think she's not being honest about?
I don't know. I think she's being biased. I don't know.
Being
I
honest,
literally
because
said that maybe I am being
Yeah.
biased because I
Yeah.
I
Okay.
hang out with. I'm willing to say
Yeah.
that, you know.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to argue your point of the numbers thing. You
I
know,
love
just
that
because.
No.
What?
What happened? What happened? He got taken out. he was like a huge streamer, and then he just like now it's down to like 100 viewers, from thousands to 100. So he got taken out. Who took him out? Who said shit about him that took him out?
Shit.
Right.
Who
Well,
made him look dishonest? I mean, you know, come
well,
on.
here, think about it like
It's
this.
right there. It's like, you know,
Think about it
do I
like
have to
this.
like get like streams and like fucking screenshots to prove it to you? It's right there. The numbers say it for itself.
I know,
Yeah.
and I'm saying if you're looking at it specifically at numbers, then yeah, it would look like he lost. But I
It
don't think
looked
he
like
lost.
it. He did lose. He fucking lost.
Yeah,
For
I
like a
know.
month.
I'm
And
agreeing with
Andy
you.
lost, and everyone else lost. It's like everyone lost. It's like not just
here's a
Tonka.
question
Everyone
question.
lost. Everyone got killed.
For Blossom. So I want to clarify that one of your metrics for Tonka winning is that he's moved on from the internet and is doing more real life shit. How like
No, I never
50,
said that he
60,
moved
like,
on from the internet.
said
I
that
said that he.
for a while he did. And
No,
then
he-
from that point forward, he's doing real shit in
What?
real life.
No, he never moved on from the internet.
He
He's
took a
still
break.
active on the internet, but
He
he's
took a
doing
break.
stuff.
Did he or did he not take a break? Is that what
No.
you said?
No, I never said he took a break.
Rewatch.
Wow.
So ignoring that, you said that one of your metrics is that he's doing real life shit. How big
Right.
of a metric is that?
Well, considering I think a lot of these people spend a lot of their time indulging in online drama and shit, and Tonka does things outside the internet on the regular, I would say that yeah, he won in that sense.
How
Well, in all fair-
much in being involved in drama, how much does that drag you down?
Okay, hold that question because I want to hear what Android has to say.
Okay, so it's hard to argue that he doesn't spend a huge amount of time online because he does.
Right, he
But
does.
But the difference here is that some of these people, that's literally their entire life. That's all
Right.
they do.
Right.
And he
This
has.
seems like a pedantic argument to me personally.
No, it isn't. It isn't. Because some of these people, this is how they make their money, is just being drama whores. He actually works. He has hobbies that he's really into. He does
Right.
this on the side. He does a lot of stuff. So even though the stuff he does online is similar to what other people are doing, to a degree,
Right.
that's not his focus like these other people are.
Oh.
Right.
Well, we can
Yeah.
agree to disagree.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like
I mean-
To me, it's
He's
such
not
a
internet
pedantic
people.
argument. There's not much you can do with it.
Not
Well-
the fact that he spends most of his time on the internet, but he's not internet people.
Well, no, hold on.
I mean,
How is it
that's totally
pedantic?
true.
How is it pedantic?
Pedantic because it's just a matter of, okay, so for however many hours a day, every day of the week, he's still focusing on drama.
No.
Well, you're
no.
seeing him
But
focus. You're seeing him focus on
his
drama.
life, yeah, but his life isn't all drama, and that's where it gets pedantic because it's like, so for this many
Yeah, the
hours a day, he
pedantic thing,
focuses
yeah.
on drama, but then the rest of the time he doesn't. So that makes everything okay. That's where I.
Well, I don't think
feel
anybody
like
said
pedantic.
that.
He doesn't do high school drama,
fine.
you know,
Come
on the
on.
internet. You
Well,
know, he doesn't do that.
are
He's
we
not
arguing
like
that drama
on
is
here
bad
all
or
the
good?
time. It's like just most of the time, but you know, got hobbies and shit.
In their lives, and
Yeah,
that makes
He's
it
got real
better.
life shit going on, you know. Not like he's on here like fucking
Well-
50 hours a week and shit. And
Well, hold
know,
on.
that
You guys-
doesn't
you guys have
matter.
said earlier-
He's got real life shit going on, and you
Is
know,
drama is going into drama good or bad? 'Cause
Eh,
you guys
he
said
doesn't-
that you like drama.
yeah, he
Right.
doesn't
So is
do
drama good or
internet
bad?
high school drama shit. He's like
so
serious
but hold
and
on.
shit.
You guys
He's like a
said
serious,
you like that
manly
stuff.
dude who's got like real life hobbies and shit. Yeah,
You can't
that's
say, "Oh
Tonka.
man, I love the drama," but also it's bad. He's
I
doing
love
the
you,
drama.
Tonka. You're
No,
awesome.
my argument is based off of your argument of his whole life isn't drama, so he's better than people whose whole lives are drama. And I find
Yes.
that pedantic because it doesn't matter because half of his life every day is still drama, so it's a
Yeah.
pedantic argument. He can be
It's
better than the
awesome.
people who have nothing but drama. I can agree with that, but I find it pedantic to break it down into, well, this
Yeah.
many hours, so it's okay. This many hours, it's not okay.
But literally, you just
Fuck-
said he's
fuck
not
those
better
people.
because he does more than just drama, but he is better because he does more than just drama. That's what
Yeah,
you
he's
just
way
said.
not
better than
saying
everybody.
I'm using your argument and saying your argument is pedantic. I don't actually have.
But then
an
you went on.
opinion
But then you
whether
went on
it
to
is
say
or
that my
not.
argument wasn't pedantic.
No, I didn't say your argument wasn't pedantic. I'm saying it's
Oh,
stupid because
check.
it's a bad argument in that you are focusing on the amount of hours people focus on drama, and if they have this many hours, it magically becomes. I don't agree with that argument. I think it's kind of pedantic.
All right.
I think that Tonka can be better than people whose whole lives are in drama. If that's the case, it's fine.
You just argued my argument.
We-
You just said the same thing.
I'm saying it's fine. I'm just saying that's not.
He doesn't, and then you said it's pedantic.
Saying
No,
it.
no,
I'm
you're
saying
full of
he
shit,
can't.
dude.
No, I'm saying he can be if that's the case, but he isn't because he's still focusing on drama for this amount of time, and it's just.
But you literally just said he was
pedantic
better
argument.
because he does other things. You just said that.
It can be if he didn't focus on it.
Holy shit.
All right. We could circle around this wagon for a while, but let's bring in another special guest. Maybe you guys will
All
know
right.
this guy.
All right, first,
Hey,
did Geek win?
No.
Did Geek win?
Yes.
If sitting in your boxes all day waiting for your mom to bring home some fucking food, if that's winning.
No, his
Geek
mom
won.
and dad.
Okay. Sure, that's winning.
Better.
Yeah, he's doing great. So are we trying to do one of those, we don't know how relevant Tonka is while we do nothing but talk about Tonka for about like an hour thing?
Maybe for William. I'm not sure if that's his argument.
Right, you have to.
No,
Tell
I
me
never
how
said he wasn't
tell me how
relevant.
pedantic it is that I sit on the internet and I talk, and it makes
Never-
everybody lose their shit. Tell me.
I never said he was irrelevant.
Well, you said apparently I'm all about the internet because I use the internet for some hours of the day. How many hours are in the day? 24?
Yep.
Okay. Let's say I go 7 hours, even though the longest stream we do is like 6 if we're fucking
It said
crazy
5
that day.
hours
Right.
after.
Even if we're
Right.
crazy that day. So
Yeah.
what percentage of 24 is 6? I'm going with 6, even though you said 5. What do you mean I don't know you? You're the big brain here. What is the percentage of 24 that 6 makes up?
I
25%.
don't know. You tell me.
That would be 25%. Thank you, Android. Big brain shit over there. Okay, so that would be 1/4.
Wow.
Yeah.
1/4.
Okay.
Have you ever worked out? Have you ever done any kind of gym, anything? Have you ever done anything healthy remotely in your life?
Nope.
Keep up. You're blinking out.
But I'm just saying yes.
Okay, you have. Okay, how long do you do that a day?
Probably 3 hours.
3 hours a day grand total. So you, with your hobby, are allowed to spend up to what would be what? What percentage of the day?
I don't know. Maybe
Mm,
35, 40.
35, 40% of the day you can spend doing something, and it's not anything more than a hobby. Okay, well then thank you for making my argument for me. Yes, I do dumb shit as a hobby, and it drives people like you insane. It's been good to talk to you, man who is named after a bleached asshole. William,
no,
get clean.
No.
William,
fresh-
get clean.
Fresh.
Get
weed.
clean, William, and
Fresh
maybe
weed.
you'll be able to enjoy the last few days of your life without the shakes, you alcoholic fucking retard.
I mean, it's not really my argument. Oh, he left. Oh. Anyway, so that geek, he's real great.
Yeah, Geek won.
Geek 1.
Tonka
Did he?
won.
I think we all
if
lost,
you
to be
consider
honest.
not using my argument, but whatever.
What?
You know, no,
Well, that's
reality,
why
Geek
I
won.
just. That's
I'll
why
go
I dislike
everywhere
the
else.
whole thing, but whatever.
I'll type Tonka won, but really Geek won.
Well, the thing here
No,
is time doesn't stop. If you look
Andy-
at that moment in time, yeah, Geek won, but that was a
Andy
while
doesn't
ago.
even count.
That was a while ago.
Andy
Andy
won, and then
No,
Geek
Andy's a
used
clump of
that
cells.
win.
He doesn't count. Fuck.
But is the spear better than the user?
What now?
Because Andy was a bomb whether Geek was there or not. So was Andy
No.
the true winner?
You don't know shit,
No.
man.
No, Andy's like a stone's throw away from prison or overdose, so no.
Like I said, a
even close.
bomb.
You don't know shit, man. I mean, you people like just hear shit on the internet. You're like, yeah, this person did this, this person did that, but you don't really know. You're fucking morons.
So then who's
Yeah.
better, Zoom or Geek?
Geek won. I'm just saying.
All right, and will Geek win against Zoom is the question.
No, Zoom will win. Zoom is
Okay.
better than Geek.
Okay. So will
Nah.
Zoom win with how many more punches than Geek?
I don't know. It's like a toss-up between Adolf Vape, Zoom, and Geek. I mean, they're all pretty good at what they do, but I can't say who's going to win that battle.
What do you say
Anal
the
vape
betting
would
odds
fuck
would be?
them up.
Yeah, Adolf Vape's pretty good too. Yeah, it's just like yeah. I joined this server, right? You know, I didn't know who. I saw some server in some Discord, and I joined it. And I didn't know whose server it was. And I was asking people that I hang out with, "Do you know whose server this is?" And they didn't know. And then I was just bored one night, and there was a bunch of people in this server and shit, right? And I went in there, and I was just like, fuck, you know, doing the William shit. I was just being an asshole or whatever. And these guys were fucking with me, and they were pretty good. They were pretty good at fucking back at me, you know. And I said, yeah, I use my real name, which I do actually. And holy shit, they all started doxing me, like posting pictures of my family, like posting like pictures of the apartment complex I live in, my phone number. I was like, holy shit! And I didn't
Is
realize
it a
it was
handsome
actually
family?
it was Zoom server. Zoom was in there. I was like, holy shit! I didn't know. I was just like in this server. I didn't know who the people were and shit. They had the weird names. I was just, holy fuck.
Pretty good story. Hopefully, it's got a part 2. Let's
No, there's no
see.
part 2. I don't like
Oh,
care.
now
I told them to
that's
swap me.
mean.
They
His
swapped me
beautiful,
already.
handsome
Jesus
family
Christ.
was doxxed.
Hey man, nice shot. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, I don't know what the fucking point of that story was. So you got into a server and
The point is
Yeah,
that
it
Zoom
was
is
Zoom.
great
It
at
was a
doxing
Zoom
people who use
server,
their real name.
and they all
yeah,
like just
yeah, I
doxed
guess.
me when I told them I used my real name. That was all.
All
Yeah,
right.
the phone book, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't hard, you know. But
Yeah, the super detectives out there.
Now, Davis, do you have $5 to spend on yellowpages.com? I don't think you do.
Probably don't.
Yeah, see, Zoom is better. Zoom did win. He has $5. See, Blossom, you're laughing, but I don't think you have $5 to put on yellowpages.com.
What? I was laughing at Thrax. He put a tomato in the chat.
Oh, you gotta answer the real questions. Like, do you have $5 to put on yellowpages.com?
I mean, no, I wouldn't do that.
Zoom wins.
Zoom wins, guys.
Zoom
Rather
wins
spend
again.
$5 on a Happy Meal. Gotta collect those dinosaur toys.
Davis, I got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
This is really relevant to the conversation, and I feel like everybody here needs to know it. Do you think we're ever going to see a renaissance like New Hollywood, or do you think that Hollywood is doomed to what we see right now?
Ooh, that's a good question for those in the chat. If you know anything about New Hollywood, this is pretty much back in the 70s. You had all these auteur directors come out, like William Friedkin. You could probably even put Martin Scorsese in that. Just these wildly different takes from what was the Hollywood formula from back in the day. But I don't know. You would think with the rise of the digital medium that it would make filmmaking a lot more easy. The problem is distribution, I guess. And making money off of it. It's almost like there's like so much out there, but yeah, it's a good question, isn't it?
So here's another question.
Will win.
Here's another question.
Answer.
So of the films that came out in the last 10 years, which do you think had the potential to be the next Bonnie and Clyde? Which, for those who don't know, really marked the beginning of the New Hollywood era.
You write this stuff down to ask questions, really?
No, it's off the top of my head.
You do. Come on, you wrote this shit down.
No, he didn't.
No,
he did.
No, me and Android, we talk
Yeah,
about
he did.
film.
Come on.
This is what happened when you don't talk about fucking internet autism.
Yeah, I actually like
William.
this topic.
You're
I
so
want to hear.
trusting, Blossom. Come on.
What?
This is how bad you are, William. You think like an actual
Really?
intelligent question is
not-
something you have to write down.
No, but
Aw.
he sounds like he wrote this shit down. He's like reading it off a list and shit.
Android
No.
is very
Like, know what the
articulate.
number
He's
2
a very
pencil lead
intelligent
is? It's
fella.
like,
Thank you.
come on.
As
Um,
intelligent as
That's
that
not
bird.
intelligence. I'm sorry. You know, I'm not very bright, but I'm sorry. That guy, he's not intelligent.
Yeah, so about that new Hollywood.
no, I'm trying to
So-
specifically think of because actually, like, I didn't see Bonnie and Clyde until maybe a couple weeks ago. But
Really?
yeah,
I haven't
it was
watched
a
it yet
it was
either.
a it was
Holy
a
shit.
groundbreaking piece of work.
I gotta
Yeah,
look it up.
What's
Wasn't that
what's
made
really
in the
interesting about
70s and shit? Holy shit!
68, I
You
believe.
saw it now?
The most
Yeah.
amazing part of Bonnie and Clyde is they really killed those two actors in the last scene.
Really killed him. Really going for realism there.
Old Yeller when they actually shot the dog in the head, but they actually flew them off the cliff.
I think I might bounce you out of the call freshly. Well, just to keep the VC a little smaller. But it's good to have you here, freshly. We'll talk to you later.
And remember,
God, they
I
got the
will.
fucking moron. Holy shit!
I will remember.
And who would name himself freshly bleached asshole? Like, what the
He
fuck's
would.
wrong with you?
God, I'm trying to
What's
think.
wrong with
What's
men
the
today? They just name themselves this stupid shit.
like?
I'm a
Okay, Jesus
dragon.
Christ,
I'm a
William, we
freshly
don't have.
bleached asshole. Like,
All right, I'm
holy
bouncing you out of
shit.
the fucking
What's
call
wrong
too.
with them?
Jesus Christ. We don't have to
So
do
anyway,
that. They could talk to each other in the Sally house.
That's fair. This actually looks like a really interesting movie. Admittedly, I didn't know what Bonnie and Clyde was about, but I might actually have to watch this later.
Yeah, I
So
think
what really
they put it on Netflix, so it's available.
Oh,
So what
they
makes this-
did?
yeah.
Nice.
So what makes this movie really interesting is that up until that point, a lot of movies were very, very safe, especially from the perspective of sex and violence.
Yeah.
And
Right.
Bonnie and Clyde really pushed the boundaries. There's a lot of really realistic violence and sex, and they don't hold back. And it's never really glorified. It's just kind of shown as it is.
Yeah,
And that was a real departure from the era.
yeah, it's real
Yeah,
naturalistic.
that's actually interesting you say that because one of my favorite movies is Lolita, and as you know, Stanley Kubrick directed the first movie of Lolita, which was in the 60s as well, and they were actually quite disappointed that they couldn't make it as I don't know what the word is, because there are a little bit of pedophilia vibes with that movie,
Yeah.
but they couldn't really touch on how disturbing it was because of all the limitations that Hollywood gave them.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's it. Jesus,
And
that's
then you had
interesting.
like a few years down the line, you had Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore, that Scorsese film with Jodie Foster, also dealing in similar themes. That was
Oh.
You know, I'm
much darker. And a lot of that
I'm
is because
surprised.
of Bonnie and Clyde just sort of breaking those boundaries.
Mm-hmm. Now it's you do kind of see where that kind of thinking came to a head in what is it, Heaven's Gate, where they kind of took that to a ridiculous excess,
Hmm.
and they were like exploding horses on screen and insane stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it got so bad they actually had to step in and say, "Hey guys, you can't do this."
Yeah, this is just a movie, guys. Let's not be fucking massacring horses.
Right?
was-
Yeah.
So that's where you see the no animals were harmed in the making of this film. That's where that came from. It came out of the laws they put into place after Heaven's Gate.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, to the best of my knowledge. I may be talking out of my ass, but I'm pretty sure that's correct.
Is that Michael Cimino or?
Oh,
Who
I
did
don't
that one?
remember.
Yeah.
I haven't actually seen that one. I don't really like watching horses exploded with dynamite.
You ever see The Deer Hunter?
No, I have. Oh no, I have. Yes, I have. I have.
Yeah.
A long time ago.
Yeah, it's a hard one for me to get through.
Oh yeah.
It's like the first hour is a wedding. It's then it gets interesting after that. I don't know, but
It's a rough movie. It's
Oh
one of the
my-
rougher of the Vietnam movies.
yeah, I haven't
I've-
seen Heaven's Gate either, so that's the reason I haven't is because it's such a mixed opinion with Deer Hunter.
I looked up Heaven's Gate on Internet Movie Database because I'd actually never heard of it, and I'm laughing at the tags here where it says plot keywords. The first one is shot to death. Um, 1890 Wyoming, which is sheriff born.
All right.
Okay.
Just to circle back to
Um,
the original question, what movie would be like that? I don't know. I don't know if there's anything that can be that groundbreaking these days. It seems like everybody's I mean,
You know what?
everybody's put it all out there, isn't it? I mean, there's
Yeah, but I don't think there's as much of the. It's not as thoughtful as I think it used to be. It seems like there's a lot of. There's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise.
well, there's a lot
In
of
terms of-
voices. I mean,
Yeah.
I would say, do you guys remember when Avatar came out?
Yeah.
What's his face? The Titan, James Cameron. Now that movie gained a lot of traction because of the technology that they used in the movie that made it look so realistic, despite it being a heavily fantasy kind of
Mhm.
sci-fi movie. Would you consider that could be one of them?
It could have been. What's really interesting about that movie, it was one of the first to really utilize 3D in a way that kind of wasn't that 1950s schlocky sci-fi thing. It really added to the
Right.
movie.
Yeah.
And I think what that movie suffered from was it felt more like a Disney ride than it did a really good film.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
It didn't feel like something I wanted to rewatch on my TV in 2D. I felt like the experience was really seeing it with the glasses.
Right. It's very much the plot really reminds me a lot of Pocahontas. Like
Yeah,
I
can
don't
see
think
that.
the storyline isn't that original, but the technology and the visuals I think could be considered one of the kind of set the bar for the next couple decades for that genre of movie.
I don't know. Does anybody ever consider Avatar to be an influential film?
No. It kicked off the 3D movie craze, but other than that, no, not
And
really.
and that died off just as soon as it begun. So
That's
Yeah.
true.
I think,
that's not a trendsetter by any
and
stretch.
you know that, not to go too off topic, but in my opinion, what really killed that, I think, is that the cool part about 3D is that it feels like a Disney ride, and video producers, and very intentionally, were just using 3D to add depth to movies instead of really giving you that stuff flying at your face and really seeing stuff appear in front of you, which I thought was cool.
Right.
So when you only get this subtle effect, who wants to spend an extra $5 for that? It's not worth it.
Yeah. I
Wait.
actually saw Avatar in 3D.
Yeah, I saw
Yeah.
it too. And
Yeah.
after the first 30 minutes, you don't even really think about that you're seeing something in 3D. That's the
Yeah.
impression that I got. It's just like,
Yeah.
the first whatever it was, 20 minutes, I was like, whoa, this is cool. And then you fucking sit back and watch a mediocre film with fantastic visuals. I mean, yeah,
Updated Pocahontas graphics.
yeah, the visuals are fine. I thought the CG was some of the best I'd seen at the time.
Easily.
But yeah, it still holds up, obviously. But as far as story goes, no, there's been
It's not.
much better films.
It's not that it's bad. It's just forgettable.
Yeah, that's exactly it. Yep, it's one of the many forgettable films.
Now, do you know what's not a forgettable film that really could have been the one that set off another new Hollywood style renaissance? Was Moon.
Oh, sure. Yeah, it's a great example. Yeah.
Yeah.
Small budget, self-contained story, and great acting, great script. Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. I really I like Duncan Jones a lot as a filmmaker.
Oh, sure.
He has a really good eye.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a way of subverting expectations in a way that doesn't feel like it's designed to shock you.
Mm-hmm.
Not to spoil Moon for whoever hasn't seen it, but you kind of get the impression that the Kevin Spacey robot's going to be another Hal that goes berserk and kills everybody. But
Ooh.
But it's not. It's not the case at all. And I really liked that element of the movie. It was a good touch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as far as putting together a small movie and firing on all cylinders, that's a great example. There's Obviously, it's like we see a lot of those things in the genre pictures. I saw one a few months back called the Autopsy of Jane Doe. Anybody ever see that one?
I've heard
No.
of it.
Yeah, it's principally only has two characters in it. It's Brian Cox, who is great in everything, and
Yes.
yeah, his son helps him out at this mortuary, and it's basically like sort of a detective story dealing with an autopsy, and things kind of go off the rails after that. But yeah, these small contained stories, I think once you start seeing those pop up, that's what's that really grabs my attention,
Do
especially
you like a? Go ahead.
especially just from a creative point of view, because when I see something that small, I'm like, wow, really anybody could do it. Anybody could do it.
Do you know who's very good at that? Is Danny Boyle. He
Oh,
makes
sure.
huge feeling movies, but when you really get down to it, they're not.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Sunshine, great example.
Mm-hmm. And even the 28 Days Later.
Yes, especially that one.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
That one I did see.
that one you could, yeah, you totally feel like, hey, if you woke up early enough in the morning, you could be recreating that film yourself.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah. There was I think it was Red Letter Media did a really good take on that movie. Just pointed out really nice touches. Like he grabbed a whole bunch of soda because he had it and it was there, and he put it into a bag and he's walking around, and then he takes that sort of Chekhov gun of the soda and then beats a zombie over the head with it. That was a really cool touch.
Yeah,
Just little details and stuff like that of things that anybody would do.
I see a Marino in the chat. He said, we need more Jonathan Glazer. I couldn't agree more. If you guys don't know who Jonathan Glazer is, he did Under the Skin, Sexy Beast with, what's his name? Film called, anyway, yeah, he's only done like 4 or 5 films. This guy is a fucking wonderful, wonderful director. Really got a fucking eye. But have you seen Under the Skin or Under Her Skin, whatever it's called?
I have not. It's on my list.
Yeah, I think it's still on Netflix. Check it out before it leaves. It's got Scarlett Johansson in it. It's this is what I like, and there's very few movies like that now. And maybe this speaks to what we were talking about with New Hollywood, is films that won't beat you over the head.
Yeah.
And trying to let you know what's going on. That happens all the time in Hollywood. It's like, oh, this is this, and this is how we're getting to there. It's like, okay, quit treating me like I'm a fucking child. Quit treating me like I'm fucking stupid.
I agree.
But that one was like that. It was an adult film. It was like it trusted you to pay attention to the story. It's not a very complex story. There's all sorts of videos that talk about, like on YouTube, they're like explaining under the skin, explaining that. No, it doesn't need to be explained. If you follow it, you'll be fine. Another great film that happened at that same time was Denis Villeneuve's Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal. That movie is
great actor.
Oh, he's great. He's a fantastic actor. Have you seen Enemy?
I haven't.
Oh, that's a very, very good movie. One of the most complex, more complex in its structure of the film. Once you know what's going on, it really rewards you with a second and even third viewing. But once you know what's going on, you're like, dear God, I can't believe this was even made.
It's kind of what I call the Fight Club effect for movies, where you see it once and then things change the second viewing. It's a totally different movie the second time you see it.
Oh yeah.
Assuming that it wasn't spoiled for you, like it is for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I love that. I love it when they can do that. We talk about it quite a bit But Hereditary is the same way. I think the second viewing of Hereditary is in many ways better than the first one. Once you know what's going on, it's like, whoa, it's been
Yeah,
setting it up for a long time.
and then you get to watch them. You get to watch whatever the secondary characters are setting up whatever happens that you don't notice in the first time.
Mm-hmm.
I love that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah.
It shows a lot of trust between the director and the audience.
Oh yeah, and the as I said, the complexity and the intricacy of designing either the screenplay or the visual storytelling involved in doing it. I think that's just incredible. I could just sink my teeth in films like that, forever. Those films will be like perennially great films for me. I'll just always go back to them.
Did you ever see Dead Man?
Yeah, it's Jim Jarmusch.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tend to go back to Jim Jarmusch though. Is that a?
I'm not necessarily particular toward him, but that's one movie where the first time I watched it with some friends and we liked it so much we watched it a second time immediately afterward.
Mm-hmm.
Just I like films that are like that, where you're done watching it and it's not enough. You don't feel like it's a slog. You feel like there's more to be seen.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, maybe it's been a while since I've seen that one. I think it's maybe fucking 20 years ago I'd seen that one.
Yeah, it's one of the ones I have on DVD.
That's back when Johnny Depp used to make good movies.
Yeah. Now he just makes Johnny Depp movies.
Yeah, I guess so. Mike says, "Have you seen Old Boy?" I love Old Boy.
Yeah.
That's a hell of a fucking. In fact, okay, to go back to what you were saying about New Hollywood, I think in many ways, New Hollywood is moved to South Korea because you see the real fucking dark shit.
Oh yeah, definitely. I think that's a good point.
Yeah, they're not afraid to do the unhappy ending.
Yeah.
Old Boy in particular is a great example of that. I Saw the Devil. Dear God, that film.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, it's a pretty good one. There's examples abound as far as South Korean cinema. But it's pretty good.
What country do you think
movies are the bomb? I'm sorry, I thought you said. God damn it! I got a phone call here. Let me take this call real quick, guys.
Sure.
All right.
So, Blossom, what is your favorite movie and why?
Oh, Silence of the Lambs. I just think that it's a really good combination of a talented cast, a good story, realistic visuals. I just love it. It just, I don't know. I get happy watching it, even though it's but I when Jodie Foster's character gets her little moment of
heroism.
Yes, heroism. Sorry, when she goes to the
real quick
bad guys.
I'm so sorry, stream. I muted myself on the stream, and of course the desktop audio wasn't capturing you guys. So there was dead air for a while. I'm sorry about that, guys.
Oh damn.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
I just like talking.
Android and I had a little brief conversation on Silence of the Lambs. What's your favorite movie?
Me? Oh, that's hard.
It is. It's I have 3 that I can, depending on the day. Sometimes I switch, but for the most part, it's Silence of the Lambs.
My problem is that there's a lot of movies that I really like, and
For different reasons?
for different reasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the hardest are the ones that I loved since I was a kid, and it's really hard to decouple it from the happy memories versus like
Right.
just being objective about it.
Exactly. That's how it is. Like when I first saw Silence of the Lambs, I was like 14 or 15. And it was on TV one day, and I was like, I've heard good things about this, and I just sat there staring, and I didn't move for the entire movie, and I was just blown away because nothing has ever captivated me like that before.
Eh.
So there's a little bit of nostalgia.
Was this on HBO or was this on like CBS? I'm just imagining it this being on TV.
Yeah. Oh my God, I couldn't tell you what station it was on.
What did the fuck? Oh, I'd fuck me scene look like? Did you get to
It was
see
on
it?
there.
All right, well then that was probably on some cable.
Yeah, it sounds like some HBO shit.
It must have been because I saw everything, like, and it was daytime too, which was, I remember I was just sitting on my floor and it was daytime and I had my TV in my room and I was like, what the fuck is this? I love this.
That was the day she discovered herself.
It was in many ways, I think.
This is me. This is who I am.
Yep, this is me, guys.
So I think to answer your question, if I had to pick a favorite movie, it would be either Back to the Future or Star Wars.
Star Wars. Okay, which like the whole entire series or like which Star Wars movie?
Yeah, I kind of see it as a single movie, but like which one I've liked the best has changed over the years.
Right.
I love Jedi growing up, but as I got older, I'm like, wow, Jedi's definitely the weakest, and Empire has sort of become my favorite, like it is for most people, because it's the best one.
Right.
And what I like about Empire a lot is that you've gotten the exposition out of the way with the first film, and you've got the denouement at the third film. But with the second one, it gives you room to explore the characters, and the intimacy between the characters, I think, is really the highlight of the film. The banter between Leia and Han, and the growth of Luke is really what makes that film so special.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right on that.
Mm-hmm. And that's what the new films get wrong, is they don't put as much love into each of the characters that they did in that original trilogy. They spread it too far, too thin. Like the original trilogy had characters that it did have degrees of focus on, but it didn't focus on them like it did the heroes in Empire. And of course, that's all I have to say about Star Wars.
Yeah, that's what do you think it was down to? Is that probably the script, right? I mean, it always goes down to the script, doesn't it?
Maybe. I think it was really that the actors really cared about their roles, and they were really into what they were doing. Because a lot of the reason there's been bad blood between Harrison Ford and Star Wars is because he felt his character didn't get the right ending.
Yeah,
Aww.
there's no reason that he should have been in the Return of the Jedi.
Right. He really wanted to see. He felt Han needed redemption in death, and he felt the carbonite should have been the end of Han.
Mm-hmm.
And because they brought him back for a third film, he was like, guys, I don't like what you've done to this character that I put so much love into.
Yeah, and he had absolutely nothing to do in the Jedi film.
I hadn't really thought about it, but you're kind of right.
Yeah.
He's not flying the Falcon. He doesn't do a lot on Jabba's. He does a little bit in the forest.
Yeah, he opens a door, doesn't he? It's been a long time since I've seen that one.
He does open a door, yes. It was a damn fine door. He opened it like a boss.
Greatest pilot in the galaxy. He opened a door.
and roll credits.
Yep.
I think my favorite Star Wars is probably Phantom Menace.
You kidding me, right?
No, I actually like that one too.
Really?
I think it's because it's like we talked about earlier. When I went to this movie and I saw it in the theater as a kid.
Yeah.
So there's like that sentimental, nostalgic, like it was like the first Star Wars movie I'd ever seen, and I went with like my family, and I don't know, I just have like good memories with it. But
hmm
I
Fair
think there are
enough.
definitely other movies or Star Wars movies that have better story and acting, and but I'd probably pick that one if I had to.
It's interesting you would say that one's your favorite. I will say this: I love that film, and it's because, as you're saying, I was 10 when I saw that, and I was a huge Star Wars nerd when I was a kid. I subscribed to the magazine, and there were no more movies coming out, and I
Oh,
read the magazine. Yeah.
oh,
So getting that issue where they're like, "Guess what, guys? New Star Wars movie." I shit the bed, dude. That
yeah,
was the
right,
greatest day of my life.
right.
And so, of course, my birthday party that year, we all went to see Star Wars, and we all came back, and it's Star Wars Pod Racer cake with the Pod Racer micro machines on it, and we all had like Star Wars lightsabers and stuff. It was the absolute best. And that was when I was really into video games, and we had all the Star Wars tie-in games. I didn't see the glaring plot holes and the stupid characterizations when I was a little kid. I just saw this new
Yeah.
Star Wars.
I think it's I think I liked it a lot too because Anakin was just a kid and I was a
Yeah.
kid watching the movie, so I'm like, "Oh, cool. Like this kid's so badass."
That could be me.
Yeah, exactly. I could totally do that. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny how we classify movies sometimes not even based on how good they are. It's just the way that they make us feel and the memories we had watching them. I think that's one of the beautiful things about film and art in general, actually.
Yeah, that's really what defines a good film, in my opinion. If I leave that
Mm,
film feeling changed a little bit, like
right.
I've experienced a part of life I would not have experienced otherwise, then it's a good film to me.
Another movie that I get judged a lot for
Real quick
this.
before we get away from it, you mentioned Back to the Future, one of your favorite films.
Yeah.
That was one of the films that one of the earliest examples of me actually feeling like changed by a film. Like when I
Yeah.
woke up the next day after watching it, I was like, oh man, that was a fucking incredible experience. Like I felt like, wow, like I'd been through something. It was
What about it? What about it really affected you?
I don't know if I could even put it into words at the time, but I just remember that feeling, the feeling of elation to it. It was yeah, it was just the adventure of it all. It was probably everything to it because it is one of those damn near perfect movie going experiences. But
I'll agree. I think one of the moments that every time he gets into the car and the soundtrack starts playing
mhm.
and the starts sparking and the noises start happening in the background, it just sends chills down my spine.
Yeah,
Aw.
it just like
It's just
captures your imagination and this childhood whimsy to it. It's a wonderful, wonderful movie.
I kind of wish my sister was here. She loves movies. Like especially older ones. Like she would have a ball with this conversation.
yeah, definitely. Better get her on the stream one day.
I've been trying. She's so finicky.
Oh, she's cool though. I liked her.
She is really cool. She's cooler than me. She has better taste in movies. She actually has the sneakers from The Sandlot.
What?
Yeah.
God, she's mentally born in 1987.
She was, I swear to God. Like, she's not from this era. Like, straight up.
That's good to hear. I'm glad youngsters are enjoying those films.
Oh, me too. I'm like, okay, I'm glad you've got some depth. Yes.
We'll get this, Davis. Her favorite, her heartthrob is freaking Leonardo DiCaprio. Like, what is this, 1999?
I know, yeah. Well, her room is filled with posters of James Dean and Kurt Cobain, and she's got fucking figures from the Brady Bunch and books and movies and records. And I'm just like, what year is it? When I go into her room, I'm like,
Don't you just love that?
I do. I love it. I like older movies and stuff too, but she really picked up on it as a hobby, and she calls herself an 80s enthusiast.
That's good to
I
hear. I'm always worried
is.
that kids aren't going to watch
It's not
some of that
lost. There
shit.
is some hope.
Mhm.
There's some hope. Yeah. No, I completely agree, Davis.
I actually volunteer with a high school STEM program, and I'll be talking to these kids, and I'll be like, "Oh yeah, you've seen this film, right?" And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "What? What do you mean what? Like, this is huge. How have you not seen this?" Like, I can't think of any offhand, but it's like, how on earth? Why aren't kids these days being driven to watch the same things that I liked as a kid? And what is making other kids do so? I mean, it's kind of interesting. What is it that drives us to seek out older films and older media?
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know if a lot of it might have to do with your parents, like previous older generations maybe influencing you. Like I influenced my sister a lot with movies and music and stuff, and she ended up taking that on and enhancing it completely, like more so than I ever could. But I it's really hard to say, and I don't know. I think society tends to push certain things because it sells, not because it's good, you
Mhm.
know?
I do.
I think it's all about entry points. Like if maybe you've written off like 80s movies, as a youngster, and then you'll see one that just really captures your imagination. You're like, well, you try to get back to that. I know for me that's what it was for the 70s films and shit like that.
Right.
I would never have watched a black and white film as a kid. I think I watched it was probably Elephant Man. Elephant Man was like
Ooh,
was like, whoa, this is wild, and it was an obvious and very an adult film.
that's my
And
second favorite movie of all time.
yeah, and I enjoyed that a lot. So I was like, well, maybe my youngster brain was like, well, maybe all the black and white films aren't as bad as I thought. So then I
Right.
watched Raging Bull, and I was like, and this film was like 3 hours long, and I was like, captivated by this story. So then I was like, oh, maybe I'll watch a bunch of 3-hour films, and so
Yeah.
it just constantly you get your horizons getting broadened with each new experience. So at least that's the way it is for me.
Yeah. I think
And
for me as a kid, I was given Where the Red Fern Grows as a child. And that movie I think was made in the 70s. So once I saw that, I was like, "Oh, okay. I guess not all just because a movie is old doesn't mean it's bad." Because that's kind of the impression I got as a kid.
Yeah, it was also mentioned in the chat earlier. I think it was Marino. Marino's like a fucking spirit animal or something. Yeah, talked about yeah, original Mad Max is better than the new Mad Max. The Road Warrior was oh man, I fucking love the Road Warrior. That's another perennial film I will watch. I will watch that more than the new Mad Max. As much as I love the Fury Road, I thought it was a great film. But the Road Warrior is just amazing that they made that film.
so I don't know. I don't know if I misunderstood you. Did you say Did I mishear you? Did you say that the Road Warrior was the first one?
Well, Mad Max is of course the first one, but then
Okay, good,
Road
good. I
Warrior
just want to make
comes.
sure. Just making sure. Yeah. I my headphones kind of garbled for a brief second, and I was a little confused. Yeah, the Road Warrior is one of my all-time favorite films.
Oh, it's an incredible example of filmmaking. Marina says, I mean the first one, Davis. Oh yeah, the first Mad Max is. Well, then I might have to disagree. Well, I don't
It's
know if I
weird.
would. It's pretty slow at times,
Very.
and I don't know. It starts. I mean, yeah, the Road Warrior is a far superior film.
I think if you watch, in my opinion, if you watch the Road Warrior as the film and you see Mad Max as a prequel, having previously watched the Road Warrior, it makes it a better movie. If you go into it watching in chronological order, Mad Max 1 kind of sucks.
Yeah, I think, and that's exactly what happened with me. I didn't even know there was a Mad Max film. obviously everybody who knows about movies, you know that Mad Max wasn't released in the States until sometime afterwards, and so that's why Road Warrior is called the Road Warrior. In America, we didn't have Mad Max.
Well, it's kind of funny because my dad and my mom grew up with that movie, and they used to. One of my dad's buddies used to apparently play it at every party ever that they would ever go to. So my parents just quote it all the time.
Oh yeah.
You know, if it's all the same to you, I'll drive that tanker.
Oh man, I love
my JFK Australian accent.
That's pretty much spot on.
Yeah, but yeah, I actually watched the first one first, not knowing that the first one wasn't the Road Warrior. I was expecting Mad Max to be the Road Warrior, and I was really disappointed. I was really confused. I'm like, where are all the cool post-apocalyptic cars? These just look like normal cars.
Yeah, if you walk into that film expecting Road Warrior, it's a huge disappointment. Not to say that there isn't a lot to like in it. The villain in there is one of the
Toe Cutter.
Yeah, Toe Cutter is one of the best. Certainly.
He played
very
Immortan
imposing.
Joe in the new one. Did you know that?
Yeah. I thought that was pretty cool.
I think what I liked, what's in my opinion, I love the Road Warrior, and being somebody who kind of grew up with it and really loved the absolute death out of that movie. When I saw Fury Road, I kind of started to feel like the Road Warrior was a little bit obsolete.
Yeah, I felt the same way too. And it wasn't until sometime later I was like, well, actually,
Yeah.
Road Warrior is a far superiorly structured film.
You think so?
Yeah, I mean, simply because of the fact is, Mad Max, as good as the pacing, or Fury Road, as good as the pacing is, and as well structured as it is basically you go to this point and then you come back. It's like,
yes.
Even when I was watching it at the theater, I was like, oh, so we're just going to come back? I felt a little deflated by that.
Yeah, I will grant you that. I will grant you it would have been a little bit more interesting if they had ended up somewhere else. But I guess then the question is, where is that? Is there somewhere else? Would it just be more of the same? Because here they have an opportunity to take over this warlord, where if they go somewhere else, that's another warlord to deal with.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get
warlords.
it. I think it's fine, but yeah, that would be the only thing that would. Plus, it's also like the filmmaking. Filmmaking is a big part of it. Like the shit that they had to do to make the Road Warrior is just infinitely more impressive to me than And I know they went through a lot of they did a lot of stuff for Fury Road, and I think in many ways far superior. But
most of it was practical effects. Mm-hmm. Very little of it was CGI.
Yeah, and that's fine. But for filmmaking back in the day to do that, to do the Road Warrior, I'll always be impressed by that. Always.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And they had a much smaller budget. Way smaller budget. I mean, Mad Max Fury Road had a humongous budget. Because it's been 30 years, they're going to make another Mad Max movie. It's going to be a spectacle.
Oh, yeah.
So that they could do as much with so little, I think really speaks to the quality of the filmmaking in The Road Warrior.
Sorry. William is in the Discord asking why he's banned from the side chats. I didn't ban you, you fucking miserable drunk. Dear God.
It's locked. You got to be invited in. What the hell?
No, he's talking about the side chat, I guess.
Side chat? What's side chat?
I don't know. He's probably referring to YouTube or something. I don't know.
I've been seeing him write stuff. The last thing he said was yawn. So, I mean, he's there. And I don't even think you have any moderators in your thing that would do
I don't
anything.
have mods and I don't ban people. He's just...
yeah, I didn't think.
I don't know. It's just dumb. Being stupid.
Anyway, I'm going to hop out, make some lunch. Thanks for having me on, Davis.
Yeah, in fact, we should. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Blossom.
Yeah,
Always a pleasure.
I've gone on my lunch break pretty considerably, so I should head back too.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, it's been fun. We got to do it again sometime. It's been
I'd
a
love
good
to.
conversation. All right, guys,
Thanks
you
for
take
having me.
care.
Bye.
Yeah, in fact, we've gone long on this show as well. I was just enjoying it. Enjoy talking about movies. You know that. You guys all know that. So listen, we're gonna close the stream off right now. I have real life stuff that I need to get to, so I won't be joining you folks over on the Kumite, but that should be beginning at some time. But I do thank you for stopping by. I'm glad we actually got a good conversation in there after the bad one. Sorry, these things happen. But anyway, you guys take care. I'll see you tomorrow morning. And until then, enjoy your day.